What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the BallGame podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Pete.
I'm Tom.
I'm Chris.
Very eventful time for sports right now. We have the MLB playoffs. The NFL season is ramping up.
No, we don't.
What MLB
What
playoff?
say MLB
playoffs are you watching?
Sorry. Jeez. We have
Me and
MLB
Chris just
free
looked at each other
agency.
so fast, like to confirm that we just heard what we just heard.
We have MLB free agency ramping up. It feels like the playoffs with the crazy stuff that's been happening recently. The NFL season is getting close to a conclusion. We're finding out as to who the true contenders are at this point and who stinks at the sport.
Why'd you look at Tom?
I don't know.
You like made the
You're like,
paused
who
and made
stinks?
eye contact with me too. That was crazy.
What's going on?
Who stinks at the sport? Oh, and a legendary NFL coach is potentially headed to college. So a lot of interesting stuff to talk about here. A lot of drama, a lot of sports topics that we have to cover. So we're gonna start things off with a whole bunch of sadness from me, and for my fellow Yankee fans. See this guy right here. Number 99.
Never, ever acknowledges that I root for the
I
same
just
team.
said my fellow Yankee fans.
But like you just said, for me, and like you can't say for me and Tom, like you just can't throw me a fucking bone.
What about me? I need a bone too. I'm a Yankee fan.
Well, I didn't know.
I actually don't give a fuck.
No, I know. I can tell. For me and Tom, you see this guy right here, number 99, Aaron Judge. This man took less to stay with the Yankees than he was potentially given. And there's another man that just, and I'm not gonna name him.
Mad good in the playoffs.
Doesn't matter, because guess what? Because guess what?
When he made that contract though, he was the All-Star. He was
Not just
like,
the All-Star, he's the face of the goddamn franchise.
right. So that still stands like that was a great deal.
I want them to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%,
Yeah.
and you do it 10 times out of 10. I completely agree. Aaron Judge, the face of the franchise, took less than he needed to stay a New York Yankee, the captain of the New York Yankees. But there's another guy that decided to go to the subway, go to the subway, and choose the other side.
He didn't take no subway.
Yeah, I
took a
know. He took a
private
private
jet.
jet.
Took a fucking private jet.
He took
there.
Steve Cohen's private jet.
He built a bridge to go there.
He took Steve Cohen's private jet, got there in about 2 minutes, and decided that $5 million was all it took to take him from one place to another. And
A place that was really good to him before he left.
oh my God, the best to him before he left. We absolutely loved him. He who shall not be named. I'm not going to say his name.
You don't even
throughout
want to
this
name drop.
podcast.
You don't want to say the government.
No, he doesn't deserve it.
Sorry. Do you want to say the government?
I mean,
We're doing a segment on him. You should like this is a podcast.
Someone could drop it. I'm not dropping it.
Say,
All right, well,
Juan
all right,
Soto?
I'm only saying half the government. Somebody say the other half of the government, because respectfully, not one of us can say the full government.
I'm not doing it. Yeah,
You'll meet me halfway.
Juan Soto.
Hey,
that's a curse. That's a
do a
curse.
podcast.
That's a cursed name. That's a cursed name around these. It's a cursed name around these areas.
Yeah.
We're doing a podcast.
we were gonna say it. We're just gonna
He
split it
wasn't
in
gonna
half.
say it.
I wasn't gonna say
I
it.
was
He doesn't
trying to
deserve
split it in
it.
half.
He doesn't deserve
I
it.
don't fucking
That's all
care.
I know.
This is a
His
big deal.
name?
Yeah, you could say it. That's fine. I'm not
Bro, I'm
saying
a
it.
Dodgers fan.
Yeah, I know. So
We're not
Dodgers fan.
We're not worried about this. Dodgers gonna
stop
dodge.
It. Stop it,
Come
bro.
on.
Kids and everybody
just
fan.
become
Don't
a
even.
Dodgers
Don't.
fan?
Don't.
Well, I was
listen
an
to him.
Astros fan when they were winning World Series. And the Dodgers won this past year, so I'm a Dodgers
no.
fan.
So now you're a Dodgers
I had a
fan.
year as a Braves fan, right?
Yeah, you did.
I remember when the Cubs won, and I was a Cubs fan.
Right.
Those were the days.
That's what
wasn't
happens when the rest of the
So
teams
every-
are,
every
that
year-
tank.
Whoever
Garbage.
wins-
So he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna hop on
Whoever
here.
wins, you
Exactly.
just become a fan. You just become a fan of whoever wins.
Yeah.
That doesn't
No, like,
explain why he's a
actually, I'm
Dolphin fan, though.
Actually, I'm
Yeah.
an Orioles
Doesn't explain
fan.
why he's
I,
a UNC Tar Heels fan.
I rock
either.
with Gunnar Henderson.
So
That's my boy. I'm an actual Orioles fan.
nah, look.
No, but like actually, I'm a Yankees fan, but I could care less about this
Wait,
shit.
wait, one. All right, all right.
I'm a Yankee fan, but I don't fucking care about baseball, bro. It's funny to troll them.
Yeah, it's
They're texting in our dynasty chat talking about the Yankees are now the little brother, and then he says, "No, we'll never be the little brother." And I say, "Yeah, well, Dodger's gonna dodge." I said, "Freddie Freeman owns both y'all."
the Mets will forever be the Yankees' children. I don't care. I do not care about any of that stuff. It doesn't matter who you get. It doesn't matter if you take our sloppy seconds. You could go ahead and have fun with that. They're exes for a reason now.
Holy shit.
But we had our fun.
I felt personal.
We had our little fling,
I was gonna
and
say
now he's
who-
gone.
I was
It's all
gonna
right.
say who hurt you, but like I know who hurt you, because she also hurt me. Juanita.
Oh.
Juanita
like-
Sota.
It's just it's painful. I mean, he took $5 million and one fewer year and $5 extra million, and I mean, I don't know. I thought we meant more to him. We meant more to him than that. To be quite honest.
I do feel like there's a deeper meaning to it though. I feel like it's like I understand everybody's looking at it as a cash grab, but there has to be more to it because there's not enough cash.
No,
to
he definitely
grab.
just wanted to be a Met.
He just wanted to be a Met because like that's not enough. If it was like a substantial amount of money of a difference, then I would say it's more of a cash grab. I think it has partially to do with the money, but I do think it's being masked as he went for the money. When meanwhile, it's probably more that he wanted to play for the Mets, and I don't know why you want to play for the Mets, and he probably won't come out about it recently or maybe ever on like his really true feelings about it. I mean, maybe you guys know something that I don't know. Like,
Well, apparently he got a suite
a suite what in the stadium?
in the stadium.
I mean,
for
I'm sure the
free.
Yankees would have given him a fucking
No,
suite if
no,
he asked
No,
for
they
it.
don't do that.
no, we
they
don't
don't just
do
saying
that.
before.
Derek
Like
Jeter
Judge doesn't
paid
have
for
one.
one.
Derek
Judge had to
Jeter
pay for one.
they
For
paid
real?
for it.
How
Yeah.
much
Crazy,
are they
right?
paying? Are those numbers out there?
It's definitely more expensive than a Mets suite.
Yeah, I mean,
Tell you that much.
well,
So.
I do know that the Mets CEO, we'll call it, he
Might as well be.
yeah, he's not really in it for
Brother.
profit. He's kind of he
He's
just
just a
wants
Met fan.
He's just a Met fan. He wants
a
what
Met
he wants.
super fan.
He doesn't care if he takes a net loss for the year or is a little bit tighter on a budget elsewhere. Like if he wants somebody, he's gonna grab them. He's gonna give them what they want.
Bro,
and
like,
I think when you're getting wined and dined like that, it's hard to say no.
I agree. And
know?
it's wild because baseball doesn't have a salary cap in the first place. Like, baseball doesn't have one.
Yeah.
But, like, this man is playing MLB The Show and, like, turned off all financial restrictions
Yep.
and said, I'm going to do whatever the hell I can to make sure that this team eventually wins a World Series. And he took a year from, not spending money after going after Scherzer, after going for Verlander, and it didn't work out. So he said, you know what, we're going to slow play this. They end up making the NLCS last year. And then he says, oh, that guy? Yeah, we're gonna get him. Like, we're going to get him. And look, I respect it because if I'm a fan of the team, I would want my owner to do that too. Trust me, I would want my owner
I would
to
say
do
it
the
ain't my
same
money.
thing.
You go get whoever. People are like,
Exactly.
oh no, we can't afford. It's not my fucking money.
It's not my money, and you don't have a salary cap. So go ahead and pay tax. I don't give a shit about a billionaire's.
Tickets anyway. You can raise them all you want. What the fuck?
I don't give a shit about a billionaire's pockets. That's not my worry. That's the last thing I care about.
Well,
so
the other thing to mention is like we're not leaving the Yankees much money when tickets were literally $8 this season at a certain point. Like,
well,
like,
we
I-
were down tremendously bad for a little
yeah,
while.
I mean,
so.
like that's terrible for like. I mean, I know ticket. I mean,
they made up for it with World Series tickets and stuff like that.
I was gonna
brother.
say,
Like,
well, me saying that actually has nothing to do with it because those tickets were all resold tickets. So
Yes.
the Yankees still made their money, the money that they wanted to. But like, it just goes to show like the way this season went. You know what I mean?
it was so up and down.
And then at the end, like you make it to the World Series, and then that fucking happens. Like, our guy who like we thought we got great value on wasn't necessarily showing
He was
out.
awful in the playoffs.
I mean,
All
I
it
feel
is.
bad because like I'm a very big Aaron Judge fan. Like I do,
We all are.
I really do fucking love him as the face of the Yankees. Like I really do, but and I respect him. But like what are you gonna do? I guess shit fucking happened this year, and I'm getting way too sad about this, bro. We got.
I definitely was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, shit. It is what it is. Congrats on the guy for getting his bag. He went and did his thing. Thank you for the memories this year.
Yeah, it was a hell of a ride.
It was a
really
hell
was
of a
a hell
ride.
of a ride,
Like
yeah.
it really was. Thank you for the memories, buddy. But
Now Max Fried's gonna strike him out in the World Series next
welcome
year.
to the
It's all
Yanks,
good.
Max Fried, and I don't think we're done. So that's just a little bit of baseball talk. That's really all we had.
Leave it to like
We had to
the
cover
time. The point I'll leave off at is the one time Hal Steinbrenner actually decides, yeah, I'm gonna like empty the bank this year. He gets outbid. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like we've been begging him to just spend money for how many years?
Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's a laundry list of names, but I mean, you know what? I respect him for going for it. He did his best. He did what he could. Steve Cohen wasn't going to let it happen.
Yeah, that's all you can ask. Yeah.
Steve Cohen was not going to let it happen, and when your pockets are as deep as his, there's no competing.
Nope.
And it's that simple.
You know what? Imagine there was like a subscription for the MLB. I just came up with this idea for like MLB teams, considering there is no salary cap. And as fans, we can subscribe to a locked-in contract where,
I'm going to be playing for the Yankees.
hear me out, where we pay on a yearly basis, even if it's like $10, right? And say you get enough Yankee fans to do that, and we like lock in a player for like 5 years, but we all agree as fans to pay $10 a year.
So we're gonna pay specifically for players'
for-
contract.
Do you know the things I would scream at my TV if I was paying Aaron Judge's salary, and he fucking strikes out?
Forget it.
But think about
there
that.
goes my subscription. You're
I'm like,
done.
I've spent $150 fucking dollars on this asshole.
That's why, like,
That would be kind of cool, though. I mean,
being awful. I think
that's
'cause
like,
people would pull out of it after one bad game.
No, but like it's a locked in contract. Like you
Well,
wouldn't
it's
be able to
kinda
pull
like-
out. This is like the whole idea.
like the Packers are publicly traded.
They are publicly traded. Yes.
Like that's sick.
the Packers?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You
buy
can
them on
own
a
the
stock
Packers,
exchange?
bro. You could be a partial owner of the
No
Packers.
fucking way. How?
But it's every certain amount of years,
Yeah,
like
you
have
that they
to be-
become publicly traded.
Do you have
Yeah.
to be like an accredited investor or something, or can anybody?
No. Anybody
No?
can own a piece of the Packers, but they only go up for sale. Like I think there have been 6 purchases in the history of the Packers, and it was publicly traded for like just that year.
Okay.
The last time was I think this past year.
Fuck, I would have bought a piece, bro.
But
It's just kind of cool.
I
you know
think
what
they're
mean?
gonna get to the point where like because it's gotten more and more frequent to where they're probably gonna get to the point where it's gonna be just a publicly traded company on a day-to-day basis.
That
so-
would be kind of wild.
So I mean I don't know. It's pretty crazy. It's a nutty ass concept, but
Yeah.
nah, it's not. That's not the norm.
That would be
so
pretty
I don't
cool.
expect
that. Would
that.
be pretty
But
fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's baseball. You're gonna hear baseball talk like once a month. Well, no, the baseball season's not for a long time now, so
we'll see what the Yankees do.
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what the Yankees do. Switching gears back to football. A lot of drama this past weekend. Like a lot of bitterness, a lot of bad vibes going on around the NFL, and
It's getting tense.
yeah, coming down to the wire here. It's getting tense. You know,
Receivers are talking
receivers are always talking, man.
more so than ever.
Wide receivers are the biggest divas in sports.
Yeah,
like,
like-
can we just establish that? Like these guys
linemen just
can't get enough.
Linemen
Like-
don't talk; they just grunt. You know? Like they just go.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah,
You
like,
wouldn't know.
like bro, as linemen, like we just hit each other and just for 2 hours and then went about our day. Like you know
Did
what
you
I mean?
ever talk shit on the line?
Yeah, but I'm not like an asshole. But like if somebody like says something to me, like yeah, like I mean,
No, the coach goes up
Part
to
of the game.
coach goes up to Pete. They're like, Pete, all right, we're gonna shift the line this way. Then you're gonna create this gap here. And Pete's just like, and he's like, what? And they're like, you hit like when ball move.
Just had to get real specific with Pete. Like he
Right,
was like, gap. Like what gap am I? What are you talking about?
gap, the A, B, or C gap. Which one?
Oh, you do. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
See, he knows ball.
I mean, offensive,
Bro, I
we were
played for
we were
five fucking
I know we were trolling you.
offensive lineman of the year. Put some respect
Dude,
on
that
his
is,
name.
I'm like, bro,
Offensive
No.
lineman of the year. Put some
I
respect
know,
on
I
his
know,
name.
I know.
Chill, we can't live in the
Nice
past. We
pants,
can't
by
live
the
in the
way,
past.
Pete.
Thank you. Yo, Merry Chrysler.
It's in the season. Tis the season, man.
Yeah, bro. Like I was feeling festive. I know, like,
Oh, yeah.
it's not very professional attire, but like,
Gosh,
yeah. What?
how did we get there?
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's
I
fun.
missed it.
Just
I
talking shit.
missed that.
That's what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. Well, how did you not acknowledge them? This is a beautiful thing. They're mid. What? I thought they were nice. Yeah. No, you like them?
Do a spin. Do a spin.
Do a spin.
He's telling you to stand
It
up.
was a 360.
Yeah.
You really want a 360?
Yes.
All right, maybe at
Show
the
the
end of
people,
pod.
brother.
Really? You want to see it?
Show the people, brother. Oh no, that Kobe book's going down. I thought he was putting me. Jeez.
not the ballerina twirl. All right. Now for
And
the
Kobe survived.
now for the most
And
normal
Kobe
transition in podcasting history. So this past weekend, like I said, tensions rising. Wide receivers doing their thing, chirping as usual. AJ Brown came out and said that, you know what, passing game here sucks. I hate this quarterback. He's the worst person ever. That's at least what Twitter would have you believe, because they're going mad about this business, and you know.
Twitter will make you believe the craziest stuff. by
Yeah,
the way.
for sure.
A
And
lot of
then-
The
misleading
most out of
information, too.
context
Yeah,
stuff.
A lot of
all the
out of
time,
context,
so.
just misleading information.
And then Debo Samuel came out and said, "Well, I just got to get the rock more." And then someone,
when Debo starts talking,
and then
the
it's-
next week he's gonna have a fucking game.
I don't know, man, he sucks.
Yeah.
One of those, one of those like on Twitter when it says reader added context, it said Debo has the most drops, leads the 49ers in drops this season, but he's asking for the ball more. So what do you guys think? Is the AJ Brown thing blown out of proportion at all? Like, we think everything's all good there, or is he pulling some wide receiver diva action and, you know, complaining about the game?
It's kind of crazy that Brandon Graham came out and said they're not friends no more.
That was nuts.
That was nuts. Like,
On a very credited Philadelphia radio
yeah,
station.
because I didn't think it was that deep when I first saw it. Like, I think AJ Brown's speaking facts, honestly. I think that is the Eagles' biggest weakness right now is the passing game. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not like all he said was the biggest problem is the passing game. It's not like he came out and said, I must get more targets. Give
Not
me
like he
the
said Jalen
ball.
Hurts sucks.
Right.
He basically did.
Basically, but he didn't. Like, he didn't say anything bad. And
There-
then,
a little bit of blaming, but not like saying this
like
guy
typical
sucks.
though, like
Yeah.
typical wide receiver stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that ain't no problem. And he's right. So I didn't think anything of it. And then, like I said, Brandon Graham comes out and says that
Compounded thing.
they're not friends.
They were
Like,
friends,
I don't.
but things have changed. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
just,
said life happens or something like that. Like
He said the exact
What?
quote is, "I know 1 is trying and 11 could be better with how he responds to things. They were friends, but things have changed."
and I know he went on another show, I think this morning or yesterday, whatever it was, and kind of backtracked everything and said, "Oh, it's my bad. Like I shouldn't have done that." Blah blah blah. But you did do it. You did come
I
out
think
and say
so.
that.
I saw a lot of people saying that what he meant was before AJ got there, they were friends. Now they're teammates. So I do think a little bit was just him misarticulating what he's like, missaying what he meant to say.
And
I don't know.
think
Like,
so.
and the other thing too, though,
I don't know.
feel like-
It is pretty weird that, especially Brandon Graham, like the voice of the locker
The
room,
voice
would
of
come
the,
out and
the
say, "Yeah,
most
these guys
tenured
aren't
eagle.
friends."
The
Like,
most tenured
The
eagle.
I don't
quote
think
was
that's what he meant.
basically they were friends. Now things have changed. Jalen Hurts is trying. AJ Brown has to handle things better. Like that's a summary of the quote, which
Yup.
is just like I don't think it. Sure, maybe he went on the show this morning and tried to backtrack his words and make
Yeah.
it like he was saying that, but it.
It was
Like,
said. It's
what
out
he-
there.
No,
yeah,
for sure.
That's what he
Yeah, yeah.
said. So
yeah.
I mean, last time AJ Brown complained about not getting the ball, what did he come out the next week and get like 14, 15
gonna go for,
targets?
like, 200.
last
Good. I
time?
need him. I'm
Like,
in a playoff game. this week.
So it's interesting though because like he ain't wrong. That is
no, he's not wrong.
That is.
I mean, he had what 108
He
passing
had
yards
100
versus the
passing
Panthers.
yards, bro. Yeah.
I told you guys
tough.
when we did the wide receiver rankings, like he's not a focal part of the offense, especially in the second half of games. And sure, like they're winning by 1 million, run the ball, but you know you got to keep your receiver happy. And when you just watch the Jalen Hurts film, he's what's the word? Like I don't think he's doing it deliberately to
Or not looking
AJ
at it,
Brown,
yeah.
but in general, he's looking receivers off. The whole, like everyone,
yeah.
Smitty, the tight ends, everyone. He's just looking guys off and then trying to scramble. A lot of throwaways. I don't know if there's a stat for throwaways, but I'd assume he's near the top of the league in terms of throwaways because there's just a bunch of them where it's like, oh, AJ Brown was open for a second there, but Jalen Hurts took his eyes away from downfield trying to make something happen, evading pressure, whatever the case may be, and there's a throwaway, and it's just, and, you know, that's kind of the Jalen Hurts experience. That's who he is. He's not as refined as a lot of other guys as a passer, and that's
Never
not what
looked like this. Like that's my thing. Like this just feels like a massive backtrack. Like the year that they went to the Super Bowl, like he was balling. Like he was amazing that year. Like in MVP talks at certain points, like he was. This is just, I don't know what happened, but this is a different guy. Like this is a different quarterback.
Yeah, it's all like I've always said I'm not a fan of Kellen Moore as a play caller. I've made that very clear on this podcast. Last year in Dallas, the year prior in LA, I think his play calling super duper bland. I think it's just a lot of simple out routes or in breaking routes, and that's really the route tree. I think I saw you liked it. Joel did a breakdown of the scheme, but that was pretty much the gist of it. Was the receivers are either running in out-breaking route or they're running an in-breaking route, and those are their route trees.
It's not intricate.
No
yeah.
complex routes. Obviously, he added motion, which they didn't have last year, which congrats on that, I guess. But I think the Eagles, you know, they're still a contender. I don't think any differently of them. You know,
Yeah, still a
win a
contender,
close
but,
game
like-
against the Panthers. The Chiefs have been winning close games against bad teams all year.
Chiefs won a close game against the Panthers too.
Right,
so
yeah. So I'm not...
Panthers are playing everyone. well
you
right now.
guys know how Eagles fans are. They'll worst case scenario, you know, any situation there possibly is. If this was any other team who won a close game against the Panthers, the fans wouldn't be calling it like it's the end of the world. But
Yep. Nick Sirianni should be fired.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Win or lose.
He won a game.
But-
Nick Sirianni's got to go.
They could win 10 in a
They've
row.
won- yeah.
but I do think that the Eagles get bailed out by just talent. I don't think the coaching is good.
Agree. That's why why it's taken me so long to like really come around.
Yeah,
on that
I think Fangio is doing a great job with the defense,
defense
Yeah, for
but
sure.
even on the defensive side of the like, I'm not saying Fangio is not great, but they're a lot more talented than a lot of people on. They're, put them, the Lions. Those are the two most talented rosters in the sport, and I do think at times the Eagles just get bailed out by, especially on the offensive side of the ball, they get bailed out by having one of the better O-lines and having the best running back in the sport. And,
I agree.
Having a quarterback that in short yard situations is a cheat code for picking up first downs. Like, they get bailed out by talent sometimes. So
The
I agree.
tush push, baby. I mean,
Unstoppable.
Look, expect A.J. Brown to go off. It's going to happen. He's going to have a big week. Anytime these diva receivers complain, the same thing goes for Debo. He'll probably have a good game too, just because he said something.
Oh, he's on Thursday night against the Rams too.
Yes,
he's
he
definitely
is.
gonna have a good game.
I mean, he hates the Rams.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I mean, of course, but I again, I'm not taking the Eagles out of contender tier either. Like, that's just not going to happen. But this is alarming. You can't be having shit like this come out. Like, this just can't happen
Not
at this
week
point in the
15
season.
especially,
Exactly. Like, if this happened early season, you know what? We'll get over it. Like, we'll move forward.
you're
We'll
on
move past
an
it.
8-game win streak too.
Nice.
Yes. Like, they're not losing. They're not losing.
The other
So-
thing too, like I feel like a huge thing that's not even being, it's obviously not something to talk about because like the topic's a topic, like when it comes to the fucking beef and everything. But as a professional and like you're in a, like at the end of the day you're an NFL player, but like you're in a business, like you are, you're part of a team, like you all work for the team, like keep it a little fucking professional.
Yeah, save face
sometimes.
sometimes. Yeah.
Why are you going on fucking social media talking about your team's problems? Like, you know how much of like a bad look that is for teams are versing and like stuff like that. Like, imagine versing a team
I
that
guess.
is having problems in the locker room, and like they're voicing it just creates a weakness and a vulnerability that like
I agree.
Bro,
isn't
especially in
healthy.
a game, you can
I
talk
agree,
so much
but
shit during it.
also like
I know it's not that deep.
what
but,
is
like,
he?
it's
No,
important.
but I agree with you. But also, like, what is AJ Brown supposed to do? He answered the reporter's question.
Yeah,
I don't
but-
know, but there's a I hate to say it this way, but there's a politically correct way for you to answer those
I
questions.
feel
Right.
like he.
Exactly.
I feel like he did answer it as politically correct as possible.
You could
he
say,
didn't.
you
he-
could
like I
honestly
s-
say you always just default to like we're handling it internal. Like it's just like we know what our weaknesses are. We're improving on them.
Came
week
out.
over
You could
week
just be
in
like, we came out,
practice.
won the game.
I
That's-
guess.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
just the we
I don't
won the
think
game.
he said anything terrible.
Yeah, I
agree.
mean-
No, I
don't.
agree, but I'm
There
just saying
are a
like,
lot of guys who in that situation, and again, AJ Brown, you had him as the third best receiver in the NFL last week. Guys who are that good in his situation and they get asked that question, would come out and say, "It's me. I'm not getting the ball. Give me
Yeah,
the
no, for
ball." Yada yada yada.
I mean, shit, we've heard neighbors say that.
He answered the question as broadly as possible. He just said passing. He didn't say Jalen Hurts sucks. He didn't say I must get my targets. Like I
Right,
thought,
that could be. He could be the quarterback, the offensive coordinator.
yeah, I
mix of
thought he
everything.
answered it as politically correct as you could. I guess you could just say like, those are problems for us to figure out. Like you don't have to give an answer, but
right.
You also like behind the scenes, he could be going up to Kellen Moore or Nick Sirianni and being like, "Hey, like we got to get this shit going. Like I know we're winning."
Could be. He is.
No, I know that's what I'm saying.
If
And
he's saying this.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He
And if
is.
it's not working, like yeah, maybe he's out. Maybe he feels like he's out of options. Maybe I'll put him on blast a little bit. Get people talking.
Yeah, you're right. Like, who actually knows the depth of it? Like, maybe that's
I
his only
don't-
option.
think it was like ill intent. Like
No, I don't
like
think so
that.
either,
Like
but, like,
let me
not
put him
ill
on blast.
intent,
I
but-
really do think he was just genuinely answering the
Yeah,
question. You know
for
what
sure.
I mean?
No, I agree. I don't know. There's certain things that
Because I'm sure Smitty feels the same way.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
He just
I
didn't
mean,
get asked this question by a
I mean, that's the
reporter.
best receiver duo in the NFL. Like, in my personal opinion, that's the best receiver duo in the NFL. So, like, I just think they have every right to demand the football. Like, they do. They simply do. But keep that internal. You're a Super Bowl contender. Keep that internal. Who?
Jamar and T. For me.
Nah, I'd
Not
take,
after last night.
I'd take AJ and Smitty.
But yeah, I hear you.
Take AJ and Smitty over them.
That's me.
yeah.
Second receiver's better. Like
Garrett and
significantly better, I
Devontae.
think.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Could never.
Hey, they had a big game, man. But
yeah.
nah, it is what it is now. It's more concerning what happened with Brandon Graham. I think like you have your locker room leader.
I just like I said, I just have to think.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. I just have to think
You're
a guy like
compounding.
that, like
You're
that's not what
compounding.
he meant to say. And it's like it is shocking to me that he of all people would be the one to like fuck up his words, but like he's been the voice of the Eagles for how many years? Like
You're gonna tell me your two best players hate each other? I mean,
Like, yeah,
it's
it's like-
probably not a good thing.
Yeah, like
So
but like again, that coming from Brandon Graham of all people, like
a guy who
that's
knows
not
this,
nobody. Yeah,
knows
exactly.
this.
Like
Yeah.
he's in the like yeah, that's bizarre.
And he knows the game. Like he's been in this shit for a long
Yeah, you
time.
know how
Like
this
he
shit
knows what
works.
to say and what not to say. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's puzzling. I think the Eagles are mostly fine, but
it's a situation to monitor.
yes,
You know, if they start falling off a little bit, again, they're
I
on a
mean,
9
like you
game
said, it's
win
not
streak.
like we haven't seen a Kellen Moore offense, not live up to expectations come postseason. I
Yeah,
think you could say the same. I think Fangio's had his fair share of.
he's a legend though.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is a legend.
one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Except for can't get the Dolphins players to buy in.
That's what. Yeah.
Well, that team's
Soft fuck.
soft as baby.
Yeah, but
shit.
we're winning out of making the offs.
Hell yeah. That's
Barely
spirit.
get past the Jets, but yeah, word. All right.
It was
Anyways,
very
Close games all
fast
season,
defenders. Yeah.
Hey, Bryce
yeah, but
Young's,
the Panthers
Bryce
are
Young's
better.
elite
Panthers
now.
are better. Bryce Young is elite now.
Young's fucking dog.
But you know
I mean,
who?
yeah, he's
Xavier
man.
Leggett definitely
showing out.
ain't. Mad good catch to win the game, brother.
He's got such a cool voice.
Wait, have
too.
you guys?
He sucks.
Wait, have you guys
No.
heard?
He's awful.
Have you guys heard Xavier?
He talks funny,
Leggett
though.
talk? Yeah.
No, I've
him
never
talk.
heard him talk. Never.
Bro, it's awesome. It's awesome.
is awesome.
Him talking about his horse.
Nah, he's a
you see
legend.
that?
He's a
Did you
legend.
see him
I
talking
know
about
he-
his horse?
I know. I saw all of it. Yeah. He's a
Before we
legend.
move on, I'll just ask you guys panic meter 1 to 10 about this situation with the Eagles. 10 being you're extremely worried.
Okay. About the Eagles? Like, panic 10 being like extremely worried. You can go first.
Did I stutter?
He reiterated.
No, you know what it is? I
Word
smelled
for word
something
what you
funny.
said.
Yo, so that's the dinner. That was my mom. That's what
Yes,
my mom cooked
I
for dinner.
told you it wasn't me. Yeah.
You didn't
yeah.
burp. You didn't burp.
No, I didn't, bro. I keep smelling it. I'm like, because like Obi's like telling us right now like his question. And I'm
That's
like,
why.
I'm catching a whiff, and I'm like, bro, I'm like, wait, what'd you say? It literally stopped me thinking. Like I stopped listening. Everything else fucking tuned out.
No.
Yeah.
I got you.
Are you believe me now?
Oh, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
awesome,
Anyways, okay.
awesome.
Glad we cleared that up.
Can
boys.
go about my night now.
Your name is cleared. Don't
Thank
worry.
you.
All right. I'm gonna give the Eagles like a. I'm not too concerned. I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give it a 5 because I'm not overly concerned with it,
It's a
but
reasonable amount of concern.
It's
that's
something. Like-
I'll be completely honest. I'm giving it a 2, only because and there's a very strong reason for it. I feel like it's not that crazy of a situation where the team's falling apart and oh my god they're gonna fumble their 8-game win streak and Super Bowl fucking chances of contending the Super Bowl. Like I don't think it's that crazy. Like I'll put it at 2 just because there is something there, but like a 1 would be a little too weak because there is a problem there. So I think 2 is like fair. I don't think it's that fucking deep.
I only say because there's a precedent.
That's exactly what I was
It's
gonna
only
go
a
5.
5 for me because there's a precedent.
I was
that
gonna
they
go
could
with
collapse.
I was gonna go with a
Right.
4 because we have seen this core like collapse when it matters most.
That's
before,
fair. Yeah. So
I've seen this
historically,
already.
yeah.
Like,
in a
I've
week
seen
it could grow.
Yeah.
I feel like the next chance should be a 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna go like a 3 on
A 3.
it. So,
I think
yeah.
it changed to a 3 too.
I
I'm
think-
talking about
Because the locker room could be lost and guys could be beefing, but then there's also the other side of it where it's like, look, as strictly a passer, is Jalen Hurts playing the best in terms of all the other 32 starting quarterbacks right now? No. But he's having a damn good year.
He's winning
Overall, he's winning games, and what's working is working, so this could kind of, even if they try to fix the situation, like, hey, AJ, here's more targets for you, Smitty, here's more targets for you, it could kind of throw him off his game mentally, like, oh, I got to make sure I get AJ involved. I got to make sure I get Smitty involved. So there's that. Like, sure, he can make AJ and Smitty happy, but is that going to throw him off his game? And sure, the receivers are divas. You want to keep them happy, but you got to keep the quarterback happy and on his
It
shit.
happens when you
yeah.
have Saquon Barkley on your fucking team now.
Yeah.
Like, did
What's
we
the
not
rest of their
expect Russell
schedule?
Do they have us
gladly
again? I think
pull
they
it
have
up.
us again.
I
gotta
don't think
get
it's
it.
anything
Well, that's
too.
free.
So they get
Yeah.
Pittsburgh at home this week. They go to Washington, then they get Dallas Giants at home.
Dallas Giants are 2 wins. Washington's
they
a
could
win.
win out. Yeah.
Washington's probably a squeezing win though. Like
Washington's a win.
I think Washington competes.
Washington's a win.
Really? That confident?
Washington's a win.
I don't know, bro.
Pittsburgh's the only.
$10.
This is the-
$10.
I'll put $10 on it. Deal.
What you think? What Commanders gonna win? Yeah.
the Steelers are a problem, especially right after this
They
whole thing
play
goes.
the Steelers at home this Sunday. Let's go
Yeah. No,
to the game.
I can't.
Okay.
I also
You guys
cannot. But
go to
that's
the
the
game.
only concerning part.
Sunday.
That's an interesting one, though. It's a fun game. Is that did it say what time?
No, I'm on sleeper.
They should flex that into prime time.
Prime time.
They should definitely flex that into prime time.
Yo,
They don't flex games enough.
the Sunday night intro with the lady singing.
that
Carrie Underwood
425?
is the lady, by the way.
Oh, my bad. She
Hey, night game is Packers.
I
Seahawks,
realized
so
how
I
much
respect it.
detail went into that. Like they were calling out like the matchup too. You know what I mean?
She changes it every week.
Yeah.
Does she record that
She
every
pre-records
week?
them,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
I think
but like
she
every
pre-records
week.
them for
No,
the
but her
season.
lips were in sync when she was saying the team, so it's like they recorded her
Yeah.
No,
saying the team.
because they did.
AI's getting too real, bro.
That's deep.
She gets $1 million every time.
Jesus.
Every fucking one.
Amanda looked it. I'm
Every
like
week?
pretty
That was a
sure.
thing before the
million?
season too. they
Amanda
were
looked
saying,
it up. Yeah, one day we were watching and she was like, "How much does she make?" I was like, "How the fuck am I supposed to know?"
I thought it'd be $1 million for the year. Like, that would make
No.
sense, but
Maybe like $2 million for the year. I mean,
No,
but like
some
bro,
crazy
that's-
amount
You know,
every
you know how much
time.
money's out there in the NFL? Stop it.
well,
Fucking pocket change.
we do know how much
Yeah.
money is out there in the NFL.
Tom said, stop it.
Did anyone watch the Simpsons broadcast, by the way?
No, I
No.
didn't.
What?
I watched it for like 5 minutes and I was like,
what?
I
What are you
can't.
talking
I
about?
saw on Twitter.
The Simpsons.
I saw on Twitter who's the little one? Not Bart. The other one. The
Maggie?
no,
baby? Nelson?
yes. So someone tweeted out, watching Nelson eliminate me from the fantasy football playoffs is fucking diabolical.
Oh my god.
Which I couldn't agree more.
That's
if you're
hilarious.
watching the Simpsons one and you watch that eliminate you from the playoffs, oh God, I'd be
That's
beyond
hilarious.
myself. Shit is going through the TV.
Khalil Shakir is a Fortnite character. That's fun.
It's
Yeah.
fun. You know what's not fun? Kirk Cousins, 8 interceptions, last 4 games.
Man.
8th overall pick, Michael Penix is sitting on the bench right behind this man. Is it time? Is it time that they make the switch? Are the panic alarms going off? Is Kirk Cousins washed? I really don't know what happened because Kirk looked great for a little stretch of the season.
He
Looked like
had a 500-yard passing.
he had a
Yeah.
500-yard passing game. He absolutely dominated for stretches and looked like the old version of Kirk Cousins that we had in Minnesota. Things are falling apart. The Achilles, we expected a full recovery from that, and it looked like he was on the way to that.
Mm-hmm.
But now, Kirk Cousins looks like the worst quarterback in the NFL. It's literally that simple. Is it time? Is it time to make the switch to the number 8 overall pick in Michael Penix, an absolute gunslinger, by the way? Tom, what do you think?
I think it's a classic case of the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. Like, yeah, Kirk's been terrible, but I don't know. You just
Bars.
I don't know if you can go to a rookie at this late into the season. You're a game out of the division.
Arguably, I mean, when else would be the time though? You're gonna start off the season with him.
I'd
mean,
rather.
yeah, one foggy Christmas Eve Santa came to say, "Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?"
Well, in
Yeah.
this case, it's penis.
Right.
Can you guide my slate tonight?
Holy shit.
But continue.
Going off of that. It's tough. Yeah, I just don't know if you can pivot to a rookie at this point.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta stick it out, and like from an organizational standpoint too, you gave this guy like the most was it the most guaranteed
180.
money ever or something like that?
180,
Yeah,
I don't remember
A
what the
lot.
guaranteed was.
a lot. It was
140 guaranteed
It was
or
a
something?
lot,
A
a
good
ton of a good chunk of change. You can't abandon it.
It's not
this
Juan
soon, like,
Soto money, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
his name.
yeah, you suck. Yeah, I don't think you can flex to a rookie at this point. I think you got to ride it out. You're only a game out of the division, like I said. So I think you just got to stick it out with Kirk, unfortunately, and hope he gets better.
Yeah, I agree. I just think it's not like Kirk was brought in to be a.
Oh Christ, he's in prime time this week. He's on Monday Night Football.
Hey, Kirk in primetime has been really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now Kirk
So,
sucks. Sorry, go ahead.
It's not like they brought him in to be like a bridge quarterback and kind of see
Yeah.
if he's too bad to then put in the rookie. They brought him in to win games until
They want to get their money's worth.
father time caught up to him, and yeah, Father Time's catching up to him, but they're also firmly in the playoff race right now. Are they a contender? No, they're not winning no Super Bowl. Can they even win a playoff game? Probably not.
Not with this
Maybe
Kirk
if they, maybe things could break their way, obviously, but probably not. But you're pushing for a stretch. We've seen Kirk, put together good stretches. We've never seen Michael Penix start a NFL game. So I just think, can Michael Penix be the better player right now? Sure. Maybe he is better than Kirk.
Kirk has been that bad.
But I think, and they even came out and said it, like, Kirk has earned the right to be able to try and right the ship. And, if he doesn't right the ship, if they keep it, listen, the division was supposed to be a lock for them, especially after Chris Godwin got hurt.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a lock for them. So if they don't make the playoffs this year, then feel free, go.
Quarterback competition.
Shake and bake, though. Shake and bake's cooking, man.
Yeah.
Can't really help that.
Feel free, go ahead and start Michael Penix if they miss the playoffs, don't win the division.
What do you think? Is it Kirk? Peter?
That's
What? What, Kirk? Like, is he going to finish out the season?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to, like, take that risk, like, this late into the season, even though, like, we could say they don't have a shot at being a contender, and they probably won't win a playoff game. You're gonna put a rookie
Oh, no, they're
in
not
a playoff
winning a
situation.
playoff game.
But I'm just saying, like, even if they make it to the playoffs, you're gonna put a rookie in a playoff game, like, when there's no context there to even prove if he could win a regular season game, like, or
No, I'm not saying you make the change the second they get to the playoffs. That's probably not.
no, but even before
they have to make
it's
the
just
play.
like,
That's the first thing. They have to
Right.
make the playoffs. They're not guaranteed a spot. If they don't win the division, they're not making the playoffs. It's that simple.
I think you get your money's worth with Kirk. I think that's like the logical thing to do here. And then
You hope.
next
You're
year's
not.
A lot of
Getting-
fucking money.
next year's a lot. Maybe not getting your money's worth.
You're
but
paying the man to throw 8 interceptions.
They actually
before-
get. I mean, they get the Raiders this week, Giants, Commanders, Carolina.
It is upsetting because I really been wanting to see a Drake London touchdown.
They have a soft
He's going
schedule to
crazy.
close out the season.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They really
But
should win the division.
They should.
Kyle Pitts is. I mean, I'm just gonna look at the
He's
fucking
so-
Kyle
fantasy.
Pitts
I
Like,
fucking hate
mad
that
good
guy.
at football.
what the fuck has been?
Kyle Pitts is
I-
so good at football.
Don't throw him the ball.
He's a
He
good
doesn't have a
football player. They just
quarterback.
don't-
Give my
Yeah.
bro.
Bro, why
Give
do
my
we
boy-
keep doing this? Why do we keep
Give my
making
boy a
excuses for Kyle
quarterback,
Pitts?
bro.
That
No,
man
no,
gives
they
up
don't-
on his routes.
You
Stop
just
it.
said his
They don't-
quarterback's playing like the worst quarterback in
What happened
football.
early
Yeah,
season?
no,
He
yeah,
had
even before
moments.
then,
He was playing good in the beginning.
He's good. No,
of the
Kyle
season.
Pitts is good. It's just
Good.
He's not getting the looks
How
he needs.
fucking low is the bar for Kyle Pitts now?
Bro, he was playing good. He wasn't playing like a elite fantasy asset, but he was playing good ball.
Played
this
decent
season
football.
before Kirk stopped being a good quarterback.
Yeah.
He was playing
This
good.
is how far the bar has sunk for Kyle Pitts. This is sad.
I mean, yeah, you have to adjust expectations when a generational prospect isn't generational.
I'll say this,
but he
though.
was still playing good.
I'll say this, I
Okay,
won't
but
ever
let's
play
not make
bad
any.
ball.
Let's not make excuses for the
won't-
guy now. Still, because
no,
even
but-
before Kirk got really good,
Bro,
like
he was
when Kirk-
playing good ball in the
he
beginning
played
of the
okay
season.
ball.
I thought he played good ball.
I'll say
He had
this.
it up. He had ups
I
and
mean,
downs,
I
which
said
is
the
his
whole time
problem.
you guys were dragging it. I said that for weeks and weeks. You guys just
He had his ups and downs, which has been Kyle Pitts' problem his entire career. And we cannot, I don't want to hear this pinning it on other people anymore. He's had every opportunity to prove himself, and it's been years now.
Drake London the past few weeks. Has he been good?
Yes,
He's been good.
he's been solid, yes. Drake London is the only bright spot in this Falcons offense to this point, aside from Bijan, obviously, because Bijan's a god. But yeah, Drake's the only guy that's been solid, and it hasn't been spectacular, but it's been good. Like, it's been reliable to where I can-
Drake has been solid.
Exactly. Drake is good. Drake is amazing. You don't got to worry about that. Kyle Pitts is whack.
Why are we making this a Kyle Pitts thing, bro?
Because I don't want to hear any more Kyle Pitts excuses. I'm sick of it. I hate this guy. I'm so sick of him.
I will say this: I won't draft him for fantasy, but I won't take his credit. I got this credibility.
What the fuck?
I won't take his credit.
his ass crack. Sorry, nah, I won't take his credibility away because he is a good ball player. But I won't draft him in fantasy. next
Solid
year.
player.
I won't draft him in fantasy next year though. I can't take that risk. I can't have that like, oh, I might get 0 points this week. Like what the fuck? Like that lost me the a playoff opportunity in my most expensive fantasy league.
Yeah.
Like that
are you
literally.
still playing Kyle
him
Pitts in
having
week
0
15?
points. What?
Why are you still playing Kyle Pitts in week 14? You gotta find somebody else.
No other options, bro. Like,
Had to be.
His-
There's no Hunter Henry.
Someone
out there
probably
or
dropped
nothing?
Jake Ferguson.
Yeah.
no. I still was just naively taking
It's like
him
Mark
his risk
Andrews
every
sitting on
week.
his waiver or something. He's just playing Kyle Pitts.
I did drop Mark Andrews in
did,
week
yeah.
4 or week 3.
Something like that, yeah.
Nah,
That was ridiculous.
All
So
it
I
is
did
for
that.
me is I'm tired of the Kyle Pitts discourse. Is all it was. You know, like we made an excuse for this guy every single year, and now it's you had your opportunity. You had some solid weeks, which you've done pretty much throughout your entire career at points. It's just not
He
reliable.
was on pace for the best year of his career, and then Kirk stopped being good at football. Like, sure, he could be better. Like, I'm not saying he's
I'm just saying,
unblameable,
a
but,
lot of the-
cool.
we got up
Exactly,
here
he's
and
cool.
said, like, week 7, week 8, week 6, whatever it was, it came out of your mouth specifically. He is on pace for a career year, which, again, isn't a high bar because he was asked, but, like, he was having the best season of his career. He's not a bad ball player.
No,
bro.
yeah, he's cool.
He had a stretch where
Like, it's not a coincidence that his fall off for fantasy football this year goes hand in hand with Kirk Cousins forgetting how to play football.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. But I
Like,
just,
he started
I
his monologue with Kirk Cousins is the worst quarterback
Yeah,
in
no, for
football
sure,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
There's only so much Kyle
Kyle
Pitts
Pitts is
could
cool.
do.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what
I'm
he's
I'm
okay
saying.
at football. He's okay at football.
If you want to come on the pod, Kyle Pitts, and speak for yourself,
They'll
might be
never
the
make
first
me hate you, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah,
Never,
I-
ever.
I love
bro.
you.
You've
I just
made
can't do the
hate
fantasy
you,
football
Kyle
thing
Pitts.
anymore.
Never, ever.
Nobody
Hate
has
strong
made me hate you. You have made me.
And it's not your fault.
Hate is a strong word. I don't hate you. I just, I'm just not happy with you.
Yeah, bro.
Beat
He's gonna
the
have some. He's
shit
gonna
out
have
of
some
him.
work with you, bro.
No, the fuck we ain't. He's sniffing that shit.
I don't want Kyle Pitts on the couch. I'm okay with that. I don't want.
I want
I'll
on
take
the
a whack
couch.
again. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Don't listen to him.
Nah. All in all, no, I wouldn't make the change to Michael Penix.
Yeah, unfortunately, you gotta stick it out with Kirk. Hope I mean, the good thing about being the worst quarterback in the NFL is
It's only
can't really
up.
get much worse, right? Like,
It can.
nah, I can't. It really can't.
It
Really can't.
can.
No, they got
Bro,
realistically.
he hasn't thrown a touchdown in 4
All I gotta
weeks.
say,
It can't
Kyle
get
Pitts, is
worse.
they're all me on you. They sleeping on you.
Bro,
Yeah,
about
that
to
wasn't
have a
clear.
generational week, bro.
That wasn't clear.
All
Against
I
the
know-
Raiders.
All I know is there's a generational tight end in Oakland, Las Vegas right now that is doing shit with Aiden O'Connell
Oh my
and
God,
Gardner
get his
Minshew.
meat out of your mouth,
It's
bro.
so far down my throat, bro.
God.
That's
So
a real,
No,
that's
that's
a
a
real
generational
generational
talent.
prospect right there. No excuses, none of that bullshit. He's goated. That's it. That's it. There's no excuses there. You don't need excuses.
I
for
wish
that, man.
Kyle Pitts got 500 targets a game.
You don't need 500 targets. Brock doesn't get. He gets 500
You know what's
targets. but he
crazy? Didn't Brock have Desmond Ritter this past week?
Brock
Or was
did
it
have
Aiden?
Desmond Ritter this past week too. Yeah, I mean he had a rough game, but
Yeah, but Brock had a bad game.
yeah,
I'm
Brock
thinking
didn't
of
have
last
a great
week.
game.
I
But
apologize.
Kyle Pitts had Matt Ryan his rookie season, and he was good. He was good. He was respectable. He was respectable.
He had 1,000 yards.
He was respectable.
bro.
He wasn't, but that's what I'm saying. That's
Fuck
not.
out of here,
Brock
bro.
Bowers is gonna go for like 1,300 with fucking Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. There's levels to this shit. That's all I'm saying. But
What?
there's
Okay.
levels. There's levels.
Yeah, Brock Bowers is better than Kyle Pitts.
Brock Bowers is God. As far
Okay.
as football is concerned, he's God. Nah, Kirk, it can get worse. It really can. Like, I know he hasn't thrown a touchdown in the last 4 weeks, but we've seen a 4-interception game. He could do it again. he very
He's
well
got
could.
a light schedule.
He
Though.
no
I'm
longer
gonna-
has an NFL caliber arm. Like, that's the scary truth of the matter
He hasn't.
right now.
He hasn't planted his back foot either.
He
like all
can't.
season.
He-
Yeah,
he's
can't.
scared. He's either scared of it.
We thought Kirk was a statue before he got hurt. Woof.
At the top of his drop, he just refuses to move. Like
Yeah.
it's just a thing now. So I don't know, man. It's a little bit concerning. Falcons can't afford to lose one of these games, though. I'll tell you that
No.
much. The schedule's too light to drop any of them. So I wouldn't make the
Tampa Bay
switch. But
schedule isn't crazy either. They get the Chargers and then like the Saints, and I think they get Carolina again too. So.
if they lose
Not
another
crazy.
game, we're still no like if they win this
Probably.
week, obviously the conversation goes away. But they have the Raiders this week. If they lose against the Raiders, do we start to like? Does it change anything?
They're not losing though, because I'm gonna put the house on their money line and Kyle Pitts unders.
right.
I'm gonna put the house on Raiders money line and Kyle Pitts unders.
to make sure that. Okay,
Yeah.
got you.
Next year, I think I'm doing all futures on playoff contenders.
Okay.
teams to
Genius.
make the playoffs.
It's fucking
Nice.
free money.
No.
Money.
Good job, Pete.
No, but there's much more to it. I'll talk about maybe after.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna miss my.
Nobody fucked with that.
If
bro.
the Falcons,
Everybody was like, yeah. I got it, thanks.
What am I supposed to
if the
say?
Falcons win the division, and the Rams win the division, I'm only gonna miss my division parlay by the Dolphins and the Bengals. Tragically,
Oof.
sad. One of those like $10 for like 20 bands. The tragic.
That's tragic.
You always got to do one before the season starts.
Yeah, division
You always
parlay.
do.
Yeah.
I'm saying instead of a parlay, take that shit straight. A milli.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that.
Fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Speaking of straight bets, fuck the Cowboys.
Oh, you took straight?
Yes, and it should have hit.
Fuck yeah.
Pause. Wait. Everything we just said was A. All right. Never mind. A lot of AO.
Carry on.
Another tragic situation, another quarterback who's playing like the worst quarterback in the league. Ever since Call of Duty came out, Kyler Murray went back to his old ways of being ass. Cardinals, after the bye since week 12 on a 3-game losing streak, they had the division in their hands. They own their own destiny. I picked them to win the division, and they have failed the test severely. They were supposed to at least split against the Seahawks. They lost 2 against the Seahawks and lost in dramatic fashion to the Minnesota Vikings. So what's wrong with the Cardinals? We titled the segment in our notes, Do the Cardinals have a Kyler Murray problem?
They certainly don't have a Kyler Murray solution. Because he, like you said, he was terrible.
That was a bar. That was a bar.
He was terrible in the Vikings game, man. Like it was just real bad. The Cardinals have just been so like up and down all year that if you're not getting good play from Kyler, they have no shot. And now, the Rams just had a crazy win against Buffalo. You lost both to Seattle. The Rams are a win ahead of them now, or is it tied?
Yeah, no,
Yeah?
the Rams are ahead of them.
Yeah, so
Seahawks are ahead of them.
it's
Their playoff chances at
9%.
one point were we're at like 75+%, and now they're under
That's
10%.
insane.
Yeah, no, they blew the season.
Yeah, they blew the season. They're not making the playoffs, and they
All
definitely
they had to
have-
do was split against the Seahawks, and they'd essentially be a lock for the playoffs.
Yeah, and you blew both of them.
AO.
Tragic. You heard me. Do they have a Kyler Murray problem? Yes, he just is on a season basis. He's just too inconsistent. He just, he's a great quarterback at times, and then just has these stretches where he's not, where he's just really not good.
You know
He
what?
has
So
stretches where
I'm
he looks
looking-
like he shouldn't even be in the NFL.
This is the thing, bro. So I'm looking at his like actual stats. Like let's look at the numbers for a minute, all right? Like
Digits.
his numbers are very, very good, aside from the 2
Look at the past,
double interception gains last
Yeah,
2
the
games.
past 3
matters
weeks are what we're
a little
talking
bit.
about, though.
But like,
So
no,
the-
that's a huge problem. Like, you can't be throwing fucking
Right.
2
No.
interceptions a game.
And the
But
thing with
other
Kyle,
than that, like, the stats are there, bro. I mean, fucking, he had over 250 passing
Brother, you
yards
just
the last
said it
4
yourself.
weeks. And then no, but I'm saying other than that, like, he's not
You
like.
can't say other than an intercept than
No.
2 interceptions.
No, what I'm saying, he doesn't fucking suck, but like,
No,
there's a
obviously
couple
not.
details there that no shit, they're losing fucking games. You know what I mean? He's running the ball when he has to. Like quarterbacks don't know how to fucking do that. They're just stand there and get fucking sacked. I mean,
Well, no,
Yeah, but he
that's his
panicked.
superpower.
So-
we know that, but
thing with Kyler is like this season when the Cardinals started out hot, he was winning from in the pocket.
yep.
And like you said, Kyler, when he gets outside the pocket, he's electric. He could throw on the run, he could scramble for a 50-yard touchdown at any given moment. But the improvement was he was winning from in the pocket, hitting the quick throws to Trey McBride, to Michael Wilson, everyone but Marv.
Pretty much.
Not
And
to
the
mention
and the
everyone
run
but
game
Marv.
was
James
moving
Conner
for
was
them.
cooking.
not
yeah.
to mention Trey McBride doesn't have 1 touchdown this season, and he's the highest red zone target.
Bro,
Right.
he refuses to throw an accurate ball to Trey McBride in the end zone. Refuses.
It's so weird. It's like
It's like
basically-
he hates Marvin Harrison between the 20s and then hates Trey McBride once they get in the red zone.
So some Kyler Murray stats. So Kyler Murray, when he's under pressure the past 3 weeks, so the 3-game losing streak, week 12 to now, 9 for 30, 30% completion percentage, 78 yards, 0 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Okay? Bad.
Woof.
So then Kyler Murray, the rest of the season.
Against under pressure.
Yeah, give me a sec. Let me just select all these fucking weeks. Oh, I wish I could select like multiple ones. Hold on.
What are you on?
PFF. I didn't know you could do this. I guess they must have heard us.
Oh, you can filter weeks now?
Yeah, unless
No
it's
way.
only when you're looking
Really?
at the pressure sets, but
Oh, really?
I've been
Can't
waiting.
Really, you don't fucking use PFF.
I've been waiting
I don't
for
use
this
that shit
for a
either.
long time. We actually said this last week, so
Yeah.
I've been waiting for
so
this for a while.
Kyler
It's an OP tool though.
It is an
Yeah,
OP
yeah.
tool.
under pressure from weeks 1 to 10. He was
He was never under pressure.
Cool.
Kyler
He
was
was
cool as a cucumber.
He was 41 for 63, a 65.1 completion percentage compared to a 30% completion percentage, 427 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not gonna get it done.
That
night
is
and
going to
day,
get it
bro.
done.
Oh,
Well,
that'll get it done. I meant,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
he
night
was
and day.
playing like one of the best quarterbacks when under pressure,
Yeah.
weeks 1 to 10. During the 3-game losing streak, he's playing like the worst quarterback under pressure, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
Well,
The
you
def-
said, I almost wonder if, like, I should have done more of a deep dive into this, but I almost wonder, you said 30 attempts in the last 3 weeks, and that was 63 attempts. That just, the math ain't mathin'. If you had 30
10
attempts in
weeks of
3 weeks, that's a
yeah.
hell of a lot more in the span of 3 weeks than you were you were on pace for more in those 3 weeks than you would have been in the 10 weeks prior. So I think that's just like either he's allowing more pressure or the O-line isn't holding up. What that
be a
is,
mix of both, yeah.
I wonder what his time to throw is, if you could check that.
3.63 weeks 1 to 10.
Okay, that's insane, first of all.
Yeah.
But like when you're under
That's what
pressure,
under
the time
pressure,
to
okay.
throw is going to be.
I almost wonder
longer.
what it actually is
Like without under
yes,
pressure?
that's the stat that I want to
All
know.
right, bear with
because-
me.
Because like if so, then and he's just holding the ball longer, then he's just got to make quicker reads. He has to make faster decisions, and that's fixable.
And he has the
But-
receiving core to do that.
You would think so.
I will say
mean,
the past
mean-
3 weeks he's not. He's had 2, 7, and 3 rushing attempts versus consistently 5, 6, 7 for the most part in the first 10 weeks. So he's not running the ball as much for whatever reason.
I mean,
Which you gotta
honestly,
play
the
the
eye
game.
test would back that. He's made some awful decisions once he's gotten out of the pocket recently. Like there was one pick. I think we all got in the chat right after it, and we were like, "Kyler, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you
He's just
doing?"
flinging them up there.
Just
Like,
sent it to absolutely nobody.
No,
Just
the Minnesota
threw it.
game was really bad. Like,
Yeah, that Minnesota game was rough. Bro was
so
seeing
weeks 1 to
ghosts.
10, his time to throw is 2.82.
Okay.
And then you got to keep talking.
Yeah.
What's
I-
the standard? Like 2.5?
2.7 ish is like
So 2.8 's
is
okay.
like league average. 2.6, 2.7.
For a guy like Kyler, that's fine.
That's
because you know
perfect.
Especially
Kyler's going to
scrambler, too.
extend
Yeah,
plays.
okay.
Right?
That's perfect. 282 is great.
Yeah,
like
that's good enough.
and it's just like sometimes we could blame the play design, but we've also seen at multiple points in the season where like it's worked. If Kyler just sticks to the script and plays
And then
within the offense,
since
it's
Sabai
worked. So,
on the 3-game losing streak, 2.94. So up by like
a
0.12.
little bit of a difference.
Yeah, definitely an
bit of a
increase. But
Wait, that was what was that number? What was the stat?
2.94. The previous one was 2.82.
What was the
That's
stat?
time to throw.
time to throw.
So he has more time to throw and he's worse
He's
under pressure.
taking
taking longer.
yeah,
Taking longer.
which
to
it
throw.
allows more pressure.
Got
and
it,
0.1
okay.
second is a lot of
No,
time.
yeah,
to
yeah,
throw.
yeah.
Like,
One's probably not holding up as much as they were, obviously, if he's under pressure much more. But again, the stats don't lie. He was, again, a top 5 quarterback under pressure the first 10 weeks of the season.
Yeah, that's
And
not
then-
just because of the offense.
Right, over the
Yeah.
3-game. I mean, you got, like we said, we've seen the interceptions. Like, the tape doesn't lie either. I mean, the one against the Vikings with the game on the line, that was terrible. Last week against the Seahawks, there were some terrible ones. The first game against the Seahawks, some terrible ones. And
I almost wonder if this is a trend more so than anything else. The Cliff Kingsbury offense has always been called as once it hits like 8 to 10 weeks, it falls off.
Yeah.
What if it's Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray falls off.
What if it's Kyler?
could be.
What, because
I
Jaden
mean, yeah, like, I hate to be that guy.
Imagine it's just
but,
a
like,
coincidence that COD comes out
That's
the
what I
same
was about
time
to
every
say.
year.
Like, I hate to be that guy, but it aligns perfectly with when COD came out.
and COD usually drops. Yeah, I mean,
Same time
around
every
week
year,
10 of the
yeah.
NFL. Yeah. So maybe it isn't. Maybe it wasn't a Cliff problem back then. Maybe this is just Kyler. Maybe it's Kyler Murray after week 10 of the NFL season just falls off.
So
and
can
happens.
or should the Cardinals move on from Kyler? Like you've just drafted a generational prospect at receiver. Trey McBride's an absolute stud. I mean,
I was looking at it the other day. You could trade him, but you'd take a cap hit that way. I think contractually, they wouldn't be able to get out of his to release him until 2 years from now. So next season and the season.
I don't even think you'd ever
cut
look to release him.
I don't think you can cut him, but yeah, like you just.
Look, the grass is always greener.
Right.
But when we're talking about quarterback, when you have a guy that you know you could trust, and it's kind of in the same vein as like Dak Prescott getting paid as much as he does, when you have a guy you know you could trust, there's a saying that you said before, the devil you know is sometimes better than the devil that you don't.
Yeah.
So I don't think you go anywhere from Kyler right now unless you were in position to easily and swiftly move off of him. Then it's a bit of a difference. But
that's what I'm saying. That doesn't even become a thought until the money where you could cut him and not take a huge cap hit.
Or trade and not have to eat a bunch of dead money. I know there's always a difference between those two, but I wonder that. But yeah, I think like
it's a shame though because you're limited. He's limited. It's very similar to how people talk about Tua. If you want me to be completely honest, obviously they have different weaknesses, but Tua's weaknesses will always shine on the biggest stage. I kind of feel the same way about Kyler. When the pressure's on, like I said, they had the division in their hands. They controlled their own destiny. Pressure was on, and he folded like a lawn chair, if you want me to be completely honest.
What were they the year? They were like 8-0, 9-0, and then it just fell apart the rest of the season.
Weren't they like 12-4 that year? Like
they were
they
really
made
good
the
football team
playoffs.
that year.
Yeah.
They started that
year.
season
Yeah,
off
yeah.
on a tear, and I mean, it seems like that's the truth. Yeah, some of these guys just may not be cut out for the biggest moments. So, but yeah.
for a full season's worth. I mean, yeah, like we said, Kyler just it's kind of a thing with him where he's like I said, you look at his seasons, you look at the numbers on the season, they probably look okay, but then you dive in and it's like night and day.
It's like a lot more.
Now they're in a situation where it's like they could win out potentially. Sure, I know they have the Patriots and the Panthers still on the schedule. I guess the Panthers aren't really a cakewalk win anymore, but they could win out and still not control their own destiny at this point.
The Panthers got to get one too. Like they're so
they
close
will.
to like.
Oh, they're beating the Cowboys this week.
100%.
They will get
They're the
one this
favorites.
Are they really?
Yeah,
They
opened as the favorites. Yeah.
Wow.
They opened as 1.5
told
point
Cowboys
Are they in
fans?
Carolina or in Dallas?
I don't know.
It probably doesn't
Gotta be
matter,
in Carolina,
but regardless,
Yeah,
like,
they opened as 1.5 point favorites. So
I love to see it. It's
awesome.
a pick 'em. That's awesome. Who do we think? I know we already did this basically like a week or two ago, but Seahawks are in pole position now. Who do we think?
the Rams. Fuck
I
the
agree.
Seahawks.
I agree.
I'm gonna stick with
Don't
Seahawks just because I
vote, yeah.
picked them, but I think I think the Seahawks are in there.
Yeah.
Hard to pick against the Rams after putting up
I don't know.
45 against Buffalo, but
I think the Rams got it, bro.
Seahawks don't move, man.
Seahawks are a good football team.
I think they're good.
They're
a
cool.
good
They're
football
cool.
team,
Yeah.
but I don't think. I think the Rams.
I think the Rams.
The
are-
Rams have the chance to be a special football team,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So there's a difference there. But
like, I don't want to be that guy, but like, the Seahawks got first place in the division because they beat the Cardinals twice. But like, I'm more moved by the Cardinals losing than the Seahawks winning. I guess you got to do the thing and win the games, but like, my big takeaways from both of those games is, wow, the Cardinals fucking suck and they aren't who I thought they were.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Seahawks got to, put up the points and win the games.
Wins are the
but-
wins, but I
gotta
get
give
it.
some credit to Mike McDonald and that defense too, though.
They're cool.
They've played some real good football. You just refuse to acknowledge that they're a good
cool.
defense.
They're cool. They're like to me, they're like a middle of the pack defense, like somewhere between like 12 and 18. I don't know. I can't think to rank all the defenses right now, but
I don't know, man. I think they're a top 10 unit, but that's just me.
They get Green Bay and Minnesota the next 2 weeks. That's
Yeah,
not fun. Yeah, that's not fun.
Well, we're gonna find out a lot about them the next couple weeks.
no, they did what they had
for
to
sure,
do though. The
yeah.
same way I
Yeah,
talked about the
exactly.
Cardinals 3-game stretch where they went 0-3. The Seahawks, took 2 against the Cardinals and beat the Jets. They did exactly what they
Rams
had to
week
do.
18 though. Rams Seahawks
It could be for
week
the
18.
division.
Where?
It likely.
LA.
Let's go.
No.
for the game.
If it's for the division, we may have something to talk about there, but
For sure, yeah. That'd be interesting.
Go to the game.
That'd be good times.
it would.
Hell yeah.
It
Yo,
would.
So
Puka Nacua, before we get off this,
Brother,
that guy's fucking insane. I think he wants to die on a football field one day.
that catch.
didn't he not know something about like the division he was in recently? That's how dialed in he is.
He didn't know.
What didn't he know?
He didn't know who he was playing
Yeah.
next, I think. I think
No.
he had
No, he
No.
did know who he was playing next. He didn't know the standings of the division.
Oh, yeah.
And bro, he's a receiver. Why the fuck does he have to care about that
Yeah.
shit?
He
Oh,
should-
Like
yeah,
that,
no,
that's
I
a
agree.
different level of locked in. Like,
Bro tweeted
you know?
during halftime about the fucking balance power bands.
Yeah.
That shit was calm.
That was so
bro.
funny. He's like, these are fucking these are fake or whatever he said. Yeah. We were lied to.
He said he started the tweet with mid-game thoughts, bro. I was crying.
He's a legend. He's
Yeah,
one
I
of the.
love
He's a
Puka.
fucking
just
dog,
a dude playing football.
Yeah.
That's all he is.
So
He's
cool.
just a dude playing football. So
Well, speaking of a guy who's, speaking of guys who are locked in, we got our good old friend Sam Darnold on the Vikings, who has been absolutely locked in, and re-signing him has been in the conversation. But we also got another man that is ready to lock in, JJ McCarthy, and I think it's something to talk about. Yeah. What happened?
You think so, or you think because we told you that was the topic? Were you genuinely thinking about that before?
I was genuinely thinking about it, not because it's it's not
like some
thing.
late night thoughts. Just
Some late-
thinking
I
about
was thinking
Sam.
about
I
it
was
last
actually
night.
having late night thoughts about it last night.
Sam.
Yeah.
Come on,
So
I texted about it last night. I actually was having late night thoughts about this last
He
night.
did, yeah.
I mean, so I'll give my take on it first. I personally took JJ McCarthy in Dynasty, and I was very happy to do that, partially because I took Harbeck's way too late in our league. But that's besides the point. I do think he's a guy that's going to have a lot of potential that we haven't seen yet. But we have seen how Sam Darnold's been doing, and I feel like he's finally gotten the opportunity to show his value as a quarterback. And feel like it's so hard to let go of a guy who has just literally dominated the season. And you're going to pull back that guy and then put in a guy who hasn't had any NFL experience yet. Why are you going to test the waters, or why are you going to reinvent the wheel? Let's not reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean?
The theme of the show seems to be the devil you know
really
Yeah.
is.
better than the devil you don't.
It's just so the way I'm looking at it is I wouldn't reinvent the wheel. I would keep Sam Darnold going. I'm sure JJ McCarthy's going to have his time when time comes. Would I love to see him play? Bro, I think he's going to do awesome things, and I think he has a lot of potential. But, we know what's working right now. Why switch it? I mean, it'll cost a little bit of money, but at least we know we're going to win some games.
I'm really starting to think that you could plug anybody into the KOC system, and they're going to be the the best version of themselves. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but they obviously just signed Daniel Jones, and I don't think at any point this year that's going to be a thing. I think they re-sign him as a backup quarterback. But, say JJ ain't ready next year and Sam leaves, I think he could get the best out of Daniel Jones at that point. I really think that
we got the best out of Daniel Jones. 15 touchdowns, brother. 40 million.
exactly. What if Kevin O'Connell is just where quarterbacks that
If he
had
gets 17 touchdowns.
their careers die? What if he's their savior? He's the guy that goes, I'm going to take you in. I'm going to make you the best version of yourself. You're going to leave, get a bag, and I'm going to keep running this thing back over and over and over again. So I just think I think it's interesting because Sam knows the offense now. Sam, we've never once questioned the talent that Sam Darnold has. I don't think anyone ever has. I think we've always known that's there.
I don't think that's true. I think plenty of people
think a lot of
questioned.
people-
Talent
a lot of
of
people
Sam
question-
Darnold.
Oh, arm
A lot
talent? I think plenty
Well,
of people questioned whether Sam Darnold was a good quarterback or not.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
His arm talent was never a question.
Sure.
He's always been physically gifted. That was never the issue with Sam Darnold. That's why he went number 3
Goofy
overall.
looking.
But it was just, what'd you say?
So goofy looking.
He is goofy looking. The problem was always, is it all together up here? The brother was seeing ghosts on a football field. So, I mean,
He hasn't thrown a pick in what, 3-4 weeks, something like that?
been 3 or 4 weeks, yeah. Look, you got 2 elite weapons at the wide receiver position, or seemingly Jordan Addison is starting to become more and more elite by the week.
Yeah.
TJ Hawkinson back, safe tight end. You know you can throw him the ball. He's going to get you 10 yards. He's not going to drop it. And then you have a great offensive line. The best receiver in football, great offensive line, good tight end, another good receiver. And potentially
Offensive guru
the
coach,
best
too.
offensive mind in football. I fear someone's going to overpay Sam Darnold and find out real quick that he's not the guy that we think he is in Minnesota. But to a certain extent, I might agree with you that they know what they have in Sam Darnold. You're probably not going to have to break the bank to get him. And J.J. McCarthy may still have some semblance of a trade value. So it's kind of just you know what you have here. I'll say this. I think that they do roll with J.J. next year. But I could totally see it in the cards where they sign Sam to a long-term deal and trade JJ. I could see both. I really can.
JJ's a starter next year?
I think JJ's the starter next year. I think
If
that's
he's
why they drafted
healthy,
him.
yeah.
Yeah?
If he's healthy. I mean, unless they sign another bridge quarterback for
It
cheap.
depends on his health, 100%.
I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. I mean, Sam's 10-2.
11-2.
11-2.
Well, he's saying if Sam Darnold isn't
Oh,
there.
yeah, of course.
He's not
of
saying
course.
JJ's going to start.
No, I thought you meant they were going to keep
Yeah,
Sam.
I
Yeah,
thought-
that's
I
what I
thought
thought you were
no,
saying. I was like,
No,
what?
no, you're not
no,
you're not giving
No,
Sam a
paying Sam
bag
Darnold
and
$30
then,
No,
million.
of course not. That's why I thought. I'm like, why the fuck would
no,
you
you're
say
not giving
that?
Sam a bag and then
Also,
start
like,
JJ.
Do you think Sam wants to stay? Like, if say he gets offered more money elsewhere,
Why
like,
wouldn't he?
would he take less money to stay with the Vikings?
I
mean,
think he would be open to it if they wanted.
I think he would be too, because they're the first team that really like.
Yeah.
Not, I want to say
Gave him an
no,
opportunity
I don't know
to
if-
succeed.
I don't want to say gave him the opportunity because JJ got hurt.
If
You know
he
what I
gets
mean?
a bag,
But-
though, the only thing is, like, how many more, like, high-level contracts is he going to get? You know,
Yeah.
like, he might just chase the bag. Like, I could
Yeah,
totally
but
see
the
it.
Vikings would still be in a position to pay him Baker Mayfield money.
Sure,
That
yeah.
seems to be the new trend now.
Yeah.
You get a quarterback, you revitalize his career because your offensive system is better than anyone
Yeah.
else's, and then they go and they get a bag somewhere.
What did Baker get?
33, I think, a year.
So that's about what Sam. That's about what Sam.
That is
should
probably
be.
the Sam Darnold market right now. That's what I would assume. So yeah, I mean, there's one of two options, and it's just which way do you lean at that point? I guess I'm probably going to lean in the J.J. McCarthy side of things.
Yeah, I just think the plan always was J.J. McCarthy, and like, shout out to Sam Darnold for having a great year, but I think this is just more telling of, you mentioned the devil set you don't know. I think what we do know is Kevin O'Connell can make any devil play like a top 10 quarterback.
Sure. Yeah.
I think that's what we do know.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter who the devil is, and they'll be a top 10 quarterback. And I just think you look at why the Vikings are so great this year. Sure, a big reason for that is Sam Darnold playing some great ball, not taking anything away from
Spinning
him.
that thing.
But also they have a great defense. They
You have a great.
made a lot of moves on defense, and they have, a lot of guys. No one's making like generational TJ Watt type money or anything like that, any crazy money, but guys are being paid. You got to keep those guys around. If you just, Justin Jefferson's the highest paid receiver in football, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
At some point, Jordan Addison's going to have to get paid. Not anytime soon, but at some
year before he's extended.
at some point. But you look at how they built this roster, and it was on the basis of we're not paying a quarterback, and that's how they made this team so great. And sure, Sam Darnold wouldn't be getting Brock Purdy money, but if you pay Sam Darnold, then that kind of goes out the window, and you have to complicate things a little bit because, a few $1 million allocated to your quarterback compared to $30 million allocated to your quarterback is a big difference. So, yeah, I just think, and listen, I'm under the assumption that they don't win a playoff game. That's where I stand with the Vikings right now. I think if they win, listen, Daniel Jones won a playoff game and got paid $40 million to stay where he's at. Like, I think Sam Darnold's a good quarterback, but I think there's obviously clear questions about can he, do this in a playoff environment? Can he win super big games? Obviously, because we haven't seen, and he hasn't had the opportunity to, but we haven't seen him in that situation. So I think it's a different conversation if, same way it was with Daniel Jones, same way it was with Baker Mayfield. Sure, Baker's season was fun last year, but what really got Baker paid last year was beating the Eagles. Yeah. That's what got him paid. Sure, Daniel Jones had a career year of 15 passing touchdowns. What really got Daniel Jones paid was the game against the Vikings. So I think, this all changes if he has a great playoff debut for sure. But where I stand right now, I don't trust them to win a playoff game in the NFC personally. That's just where I stand.
Well, they're not going to be home.
Right. Yeah, I just think
So
but they
don't
could
think
be
it's
going up against Kirk Cousins.
it's not out of the question.
I don't think it's out of the
No,
question.
100% no. I'm just,
They're legit.
I don't like to do the whole well anything could happen type of thing. Like
Yeah,
I'm
like
making an
Yeah, 'cause
opinion.
anybody
Yeah,
can say that,
right,
yeah.
Right, I'm making an opinion.
Well,
so.
Do you have anything else to say?
I do because I didn't say anything yet. But I think my personal issue with Sam Darnold is that the issues that he's had, like the turnover proneness. I don't know how you say that, but
turnover prone. Yeah.
yeah, it's still there. Like he still is very prone to throwing interceptions, and I mean, it was a couple weeks ago where you were like, this guy fell down from this.
Hey,
high
maybe he's
horse a
turning the
little bit.
corner though.
Maybe. I mean, listen, he goes the rest of the season not throwing a pick, yeah, and then wins a playoff game or balls out in a playoff game and they still lose somehow. I don't see that happening, but I think it's a different story. I was gonna say, like, if they go on a run, like NFC Championship, if they go to the NFC Championship game, like, he's locked in. But I'm glad you brought up like Daniel Jones, because I was like, that's exactly where my mind went, like Daniel Jones, and a little similarities where Sam Darnold's obviously playing better ball than Daniel Jones, so
better situation.
Yeah, you're definitely more comfortable giving him the contract. But yeah, I guess having JJ doesn't force you into it. I don't know if he'll be good to go next year.
He had a setback in the recovery.
Yeah,
he had to get another surgery,
right? Yeah, I was gonna say that. I don't know if it's
so. I mean, shit. If you're them, you may worry about the recovery process from him.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's another thing where it's like, maybe do we consider bringing him back? But
yeah, I mean,
at that point, maybe you just roll with Danny.
Jeez. I mean, yeah, if anyone can do it, I guess Kevin O'Connell. Personally, it's tough to say. I mean, the guy just had the best game of his career. Yeah, I think you got to wait and see how the playoffs shake up. You don't want to make any decisions now. Obviously the front office isn't going to, but even as a fan base, like you don't want to set in anything now. So, interesting to see. He's balling out though, playing some real good ball. Like I said, over the past 4 weeks. I mean, 11 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, he keeps on a pace like that. Undoubted that he's their franchise quarterback, and only 27. I mean, quarterbacks.
He is still very young.
He's still young. Like
Yeah,
you said, he could get a second contract.
He's
if
been
he
around
really
for
is.
a while, but he's still young.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So interesting to see where they go. I think if they don't win a playoff game, though, they probably just pivot to JJ and say, if we think this guy's ceiling is way higher than Sam Darnold's.
No, it depends what the market is too, because there's some silly teams out there who may
someone might throw a
pay
ton
him
of
more than a Baker Mayfield contract and give him a Daniel Jones contract. Like I said in the group chat, like if Aaron Rodgers is gone from the Jets, I fully expect them. They might give Sam Darnold a blank check. Honestly, if the Jets don't have a quarterback going into next year, they might actually give him a blank check. Yeah. Which I'm not saying that's the right or wrong decision, but
blank check.
They still have not to make this a Jets thing, but they still are supposed to have a good team on paper. And if Aaron Rodgers isn't there, they're right where they were last year, quarterback away.
He's going to put that motherfucking jersey on, and the ghosts are about to start popping up again.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's the right or wrong decision.
It's a bad idea.
I can't. Yeah, I was going to say, if you whiff on that and you go back to Sam Darnold after fucking it up the first
time, the thing. If you're Sam, I'm never stepping foot in that fucking building again. The memories are way too. You could give me a blank check. I'll take 35 from the Vikings before I go
You've
there.
never seen a blank check.
Yeah, money's money, bro. Money's money.
But like when you say
bro, $10 million more,
I was gonna
he
say,
gets
like,
a 3-year, 3-year
What do you think?
contract with that's $45 million per year instead
I don't
of
think
35.
anyone is going to touch that. I don't think anyone.
Watch Daniel Jones get 40, bro. Who would have thought?
Well, now the league has learned from that. Which is why Baker got what he got, which is why Geno got what he got.
From it, everybody knew.
Yeah, exactly.
Rest of the league
That's what I'm saying. We expect the Jets to learn like the rest of the league.
We expect
the New
Jets
York
to be
Football Jets.
competent.
There's some silly teams out there,
But
bro.
you got a brand new. I'm not saying a brand new ownership, but you're gonna have a new GM. You're gonna have all this stuff.
Sure, I'm just saying that like Geno and Baker, they didn't get money like Daniel Jones because they stayed in their situations. If Sam Darnold is to leave Minnesota, he's getting more than what we
got?
would right. Yeah,
Right.
he's getting more than the Baker.
Hometown-
You have
no
more
hometown
leverage, I
discounts.
guess. Yeah, because
Right.
you're in the open market. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But-
If he goes anywhere but Minnesota, he's at least $40 million per year. 100%.
I don't know about that.
100%.
Do you think Baker was getting 40
Close to
yeah.
40 offer like 40 million a year offers?
Yeah.
I think yeah. I mean, maybe teams didn't realistically think he was going to leave Tampa, but like I'm sure there was a team out there that was like, "Hey Baker, if you want to come here, we'll give you." Yeah, you want a playoff game?
I don't.
There's a lot of quarterbacks in the league who haven't won a playoff game.
There are, yeah.
It's a
lot
big
of cool-
feat.
yeah.
Well, as you said, if he makes a run to the NFC Championship, forget it. He's getting paid,
Yeah.
like paid. A team is
Yeah,
going
NFC
to
Championship is crazy.
back up the Brinks truck for this guy, 100%. But I mean, I don't know if that's gonna. I think people around the NFL also think the same way that a lot of us do, in the sense of KOC is just that motherfucking dude. So
You would think, but
we're not.
Hey, some GMs don't have brains. Bro.
We're not NFL GMs, but
I have learned like that hard knock shit with the Giants. Like really realize that. I don't know if it's just the Giants because the Giants are one of the poorer run organizations, but these guys dumb this shit down like crazy. Like I thought there was some high level like meetings going on here. No, it's just a bunch of fucking dudes sitting in chairs like this. Saying,
like the offensive line coach for the Browns talking about we're not going to Denver to go fucking skiing.
I would
We're going to win a football game.
I would give a blank check to see Jameis Winston's notebook.
I
Bro
probably
is
would.
intently taking notes in the offensive line, not the quarterback room, mind you.
Bro, right down. No skiing. Fuck.
He's just drawing a picture of him skiing and puts an X over it. Oh man!
Stick figure.
May
Just
the
surfboard.
Lord deliver.
He's
me.
like,
fucking
oh my
surfboard.
God, I was gonna say, may the Lord deliver me from skiing. He's like, no more.
What if he's just writing like raps?
Dude, I
You
do
just seem
not.
like
No, he's writing his pregame speeches over there, bro. That's
no,
what
he
he's
don't write
doing.
those things.
That's what
He
he's doing.
fucking he thinks of what he's gonna say halfway through the speech. He's the best.
Oh man,
love that guy.
He's just riffing, bro. Jameis is the goat.
Imagine
Jameis is the goat.
Jameis in a playoff run, bro. Oh, that would be.
Miraculous.
Well,
It would be a gift from
Friend,
God.
someone signs Jameis or the Browns keep Jameis to be their starting
what
quarterback
if the
next year.
Jets took Jameis?
So then I don't have to draft Cam Ward in Dynasty.
Is that the Jets' solution?
Oof, bro says. Fuck you.
I mean, you're betting on Jameis Winston to
You tanked.
Wait, you're gonna take
what?
You're gonna take Cam over Tet?
Stop it, bro. I would have lost.
According to Keep Trade Cut, I have the best receiver core in the league, so I don't really think I need a receiver in that one. In our league, I'm taking Tet. That ain't no question. Or Luther Burden. Or Omar Hampton. Or Cam Ward. I don't know yet.
Well,
I'm potentially in talks to get the 3rd overall pick, so what you do matters. So what you do matters.
Who do you want?
I'm getting JT.
What?
Who do you want?
I'm not
Should
telling
do
you
it.
who
You
I
want should
fucking
do it.
want.
You want should do it.
No. It depends on landing spot.
You want should do it.
Let's go to the Raiders.
It depends on landing spot.
All right.
well, with fantasy on the uprise in the playoffs in the next 3 weeks, I feel like it's
Fantasy.
You intro segments like a fucking news
Fantasy on
anchor.
the uprise. That was bro talking about.
With fantasy on the uprise.
Now back to Chris
All
with
right,
weather.
let's cut to the shit. It's fantasy. It's fantasy.
to the
Stop.
Let's cut the shit, you idiot.
Let's cut. No, let's cut the shit and let's cut to the shit. Let's
Cut to the
shit.
chase, brother.
Let's cut to the chase, brother. So basically, the next three.
the brother part.
Brother.
Not fucking with me.
Cut to the chase, brother.
Let's cut
All
the
right.
chase.
With the playoffs coming up in all of our fantasy leagues, the next 3 weeks are going to be very, very crucial.
Well, playoffs aren't coming up. They're here.
The playoffs are in the next 3 weeks. The playoffs
Now
are
you're dragging
active. Or I think. Why the fuck can't I just intro?
Now you're dragging. Yeah, now you're
Why
dragging.
can't I
That
just
was the intro. There's the intro right there.
So with fantasy playoffs officially starting.
No, we want to post this on. This got to be good. Stop. Leave him alone.
I stop.
Yeah, we're gonna have to like timestamp a fucking cutout, Nick. Like for right now. How do you want me to intro it if it's for?
No, however you want to
just flow,
intro
brother.
it, but just
We were
they got to leave you alone.
Clearly, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. How would you guys say it? I don't
Stop
know.
being so sensitive.
No, why are you
I'm
crying?
fucking
Why
with
are
you.
you crying?
Genuinely. No, genuinely. Like
Just do whatever feels natural.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be the league winner of the fantasy football playoffs? I don't know. Something like that. I don't know.
with.
I'm
Okay.
not cutting any of this out.
Fantasy playoffs here.
Why not?
'Cause I don't want it.
Why wouldn't
It's
it?
funny.
Yeah,
Hey,
come on.
Funny.
I'm gonna just start the TikTok from when you do the hook.
Ready,
I'm not
ready,
cutting
ready.
this out
With
of
the
full
fantasy
play.
playoffs here.
With the plan.
With the fantasy fail.
With the fantasy playoffs. With the fantasy playoffs here, we're looking at our 2 favorite players. Are you recording me? What our 2 favorite players? What?
3 fucking cameras. Why would you?
No,
No, I
have
don't
my
know.
phone
It just looked like that. I was like,
Needed another angle.
with fantasy playoffs here, we're looking to see our 2 favorite players to start in this fantasy football playoff run. So my top 2 are what?
No.
Nah, it's chopped cheese.
ready? This is exactly what you're going to say, Pete. You want to write it down? You can.
You know why?
Say it,
Because
man.
our notes say like fantasy playoff run.
It's okay. I'll do it.
Little bro. Yo, little bro. Thanks, big bro. Thanks, big bro.
I got
Come on,
you.
come on.
Thank you.
With the fantasy playoffs finally here, who are some league winners for this fantasy football season?
That's how a professional does it.
I'll get it started. I'm supposed to have 2 of these.
We could have two.
Yeah, if you want
Oh,
one.
I only have one.
I only
but
have
I'll
one,
find
but-
another one. All right, so just one. All right. The league winner of the 2024 fantasy football season, it's going to be my boy, Chuba Hubbard. It's simple. I got a little worried there last week with Jonathan Brooks coming along. He outscored him in week 13. But Jonathan Brooks' ACL is torn once again.
Get well soon, brother.
Yes, prayers up to Jonathan Brooks. Get better, but Chuba Hubbard back to getting the full load. He got 30 touches in this game against the Eagles. He's going to continue to see 25-plus touches. And when you give a man as talented as Chuba Hubbard 30-plus touches, great things happen. The Panthers are a good football team, too. Lots of red zone opportunities now. Chuba Hubbard... The schedule was pretty favorable for the Panthers too. Chuba Hubbard these next 3 weeks, top 5 fantasy running back. Book it.
Beautiful. I feel like I want to tail off that because my pick, I'm going with Adam Thielen, another Carolina Panther, with a very solid, easy schedule coming up. And with the past 2 weeks averaging 20 fantasy points, it's a no-brainer. I actually am really excited
How
to
many
start
booms?
him.
How many booms?
That's 5 out of 5 booms.
Yeah, and I'm Thielen gets 5 out of 5. Boom.
5 out of 5 booms, and we should actually do it right
I
now.
bet.
All right.
Boom! 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 Boom!
Boom! Grown man,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, grown ass
You
man.
like that?
Nah?
Nick's too cool for fucking. Nick's too,
Yeah,
Nick's too cool. He's too chill for that.
So there's camera 1, 2, and 3. I went to camera 4. What do you guys-
Shut up, bro.
Damn.
Shut up.
But I've been
Such
waiting.
a hater.
I've been waiting to start him all season, and like I do have him in Dynasty, and he's 34 years old, and I don't know when else I'm going to be able to use him. So I'm excited to
gonna
use
die
him this week. Yeah, it's like I just wanted to get
He's
like,
expiring.
bro, I really just wanted to get a few important games out of him, and like he's showing up. I'm gonna jinx it, bro. I'm really gonna jinx it right
Oh,
now,
rock
but
with
I'm
it.
gonna say like he's showing up just at the time where I need him to show up. And I am definitely starting him. A little insider information for you guys. I'm excited, bro. I'm so excited. I hope he gives me 20 points for the next 3 weeks again. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I
Hope
really
so
fucking
too,
hope
bro.
so.
You said little insider information like we're gonna stop him or something. Like,
No,
Yeah,
I'm
thanks
just
for
saying,
telling
like,
us, bro. Thanks for
I'm
letting
just
us
saying,
know.
like, you know,
like I
I'm
gotta
gonna
play
start
better defense in fantasy or something.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I
it
gotta
could
get
want
new
me to-
cleats.
what you want me to do?
You're gonna go like throw like a water ball at him before the game and like
Go strap up.
he's gonna-
go strap
he's gonna
up.
trip and
baby.
fall, can't play. Be like, oh, sorry.
I like Adam Thielen. That's a good pick. I'm gonna go with JUAN Jennings. I think
Okay.
JUAN Jennings had a couple of like boom games this season. Had the big one way early in
Tom,
the season.
run it back. Say it again.
Oh, okay. Adam Thielen's a good pick. I'm gonna go with JUAN Jennings for my pick. Had a couple of boom games this season. Just this past week, caught 2 touchdowns. Not doing it again. His playoff schedule, which that's really what I'm looking at when I'm talking about these league winners. Rams, Dolphins, Detroit, all with shootout potential. Brock Purdy loves this guy, and I think they're gonna have to sling the rock in these games. And JUAN Jennings has delivered for the most part this season.
Bro, he's so good.
He's very good. Yeah,
So good at football.
better than Debo.
He is significant.
He's the wide receiver one.
They're lucky he's really good, by the way, too, because the whole Ayuk situation, the Debo situation, like all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great pick, Tom. All right, I'm gonna go with my fantasy football league winner. I think it's gonna be David Montgomery. I've held pretty strong that David Montgomery's late season schedule is super.
Shit.
What?
Oh shit, David Montgomery's good.
Are-
That's hate. I'm kidding. Just fucking roll with it.
He's saying he's going to be the league winner.
I know, but I'm just fucking with him.
No. I'm gonna find a new guy.
John Jennings has been mad good too.
He has
all
been
season.
Monty, has he?
League winner though.
Bro, Jawan Jennings has been
He's like,
cooking.
oh,
He's wide
He's a
receiver
wide re-
17.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right, I'm joking.
no,
Relax.
no, no,
It's
no,
so
no, no, no.
sensitive.
I'm gonna find a new guy
Adam
now. Hold
Thielen
on.
was really only the deep cut, but Adam Thielen's not even a deep cut either. He's had like 10 targets since he came back from
Yeah,
injury.
bro.
every single game.
I'm excited to start him, bro. Like,
Yeah, you should be.
And I got a couple options too. Like I'm going.
Bro,
fuck
go
Thielen.
with Monty, bro.
Montgomery. Yeah,
Please,
just go
bro.
with
No, no, no,
Bro,
no,
I
no,
gotta
can
use
find
the
it.
sync, bro.
I can
Please.
find a better one.
Please speed
Go use the sync
I
now.
don't
Go
want
use
to get
the sync now.
mad wires now.
It's a trap. You literally,
Come on, bro.
you literally can't even walk.
I'm trying
over
here.
that
Give me
if
a
you want
sec.
to.
Just go with it.
All right.
I wish we
Yo,
could
it's
show
on
the
that camera?
Right now it's on the main one.
The main one? All right.
Yo, we're not cutting this out, bro.
Who's we? He edits it.
Jokes on Pete.
Who's we?
Oh, jeez. Brother.
We're not
Oui, oui.
edit this out. Bro,
Oh,
just
brother.
fucking pick one.
All right.
You got it. You got this, bro.
You wanted me to go deep into my bag. I'll go deep in
League
my
winner.
bag. My league winner is Braylon Allen.
There you go.
There it is.
There you go. Big
You
nuts.
wanted deep
Yeah?
sleepers, Tom? I'll give
I
you a
wanted
deep
big
sleeper.
nuts.
Hold up. Wait. How much fantasy points did he score the last couple
He
weeks?
only scored like 13 this past week.
Yeah, but that's
But
solid. Like
if-
if you had him sitting there as a default in case something happened to Brees Hall, like, and you have nobody else, like, yeah, like, fuck it.
Look, as much as I hate to admit it, the Jets' offense has looked better as of
Yeah.
late. It has. That hasn't really been the issue so far.
Yep.
So I think Braylon Allen, especially if this is obviously very contingent on the severity of the Brees Hall injury, by the way.
Yeah.
Can't see them
Obviously,
putting him back out there.
Obviously, if Brees Hall is not healthy, I mean, if he's on the field, you can forget about Braylon Allen. This is
back
not
to
relevant.
Monty.
Go back to David Montgomery that I said before that Tom didn't like. But all in all, I mean, the remainder of his schedule, bro, it doesn't get much easier in terms of rushing defenses. Jacksonville, the Rams, and Buffalo are the three defenses who are all bottom 10 in the NFL in terms of rushing defense. Braylon Allen is an absolute must start if Brees Hall is not healthy. Plug him into your fantasy lineups. He's the goal line back. I know Isaiah Davis had a good week.
Well, it's like it's like the spy movies with the wires, with
Yeah,
the
right?
lasers. Trying not to set off an alarm.
Spy kids or something. Yeah.
Isaiah Davis exists. Hell.
I'm fully aware that he exists. Braylon's better. And he got 5 receptions this past week, so it seems like he's the guy. So, yeah, Braylon Allen, rest of the season. If Brees Hall ain't healthy, he's the guy.
Beautiful.
How many playoffs is everyone in?
4.
4 out of my 5.
Well,
Yeah,
5 plus the BallGame league that none of you guys made the playoffs.
Not
in.
even
yeah,
close.
yeah. Mad
about
funny, mad
three-
funny. Keep
3 out
going.
of 5?
Keep going.
Yo,
bro.
Matty J scored
Yes.
100 on me in the BallGame league just to be the first team out of the playoffs. Bro did what he had to do, won his game, and still didn't make the playoffs.
Anybody
team
get a
close.
first place bye week or anything?
I have 2.
I have
got 2
one
bye
bye.
weeks.
Yeah, my
One
four
I'm in
bye.
three. I'm in 3 playoffs in 5 leagues.
Bro, I had
And 2 of them are bye weeks?
Yep.
Nice.
Barufi fucking dropped 170 on me and took me out of my bye week in Dynasty.
Yeah, bro has a super team in Dynasty and didn't even get the bye week.
Embarrassing.
Bro, wait. The funniest part of that, though, is the 2 kids who got the bye week, Mr. Wagner, and shout out Mr. Wagner. Congrats to Mr. Wagner.
Mr.
Congrats,
Wagner.
Dean.
Hell yeah.
Congrats, Dean.
Love that.
But Dean and Volpe, who got the 2 byes, both lost to my sorry-ass team, and he still couldn't get the bye with his fucking super team, this guy. Yo, and also, sorry, before you
Go
go,
for it.
next year for the 32-man league, bro, we're making the punishment the 30 days of doing, like, the TikTok trends where it's, like, the videos of, like I love you. Like, you guys know what I'm talking. I sent one in the
what?
chat, bro.
If it's one of us that would.
I was gonna say I would love that, but like I feel like we have no authority to.
No, it's
no way of
we're
enforcing
making
that.
them. We're
What do you say?
If
Wait,
they
what?
don't do the punishment, then they're banished from. We'll
I
put them
think
on
they're
blast.
gonna be just fine with leaving the ball game.
No, we'll
week
put
at that
them on.
point.
We'll put them on blast. We'll expose
Wait,
them.
you're talking about
Not for this year. You get the but bro. If Pete had to
That
post
would've
those
been electric.
videos,
What is
this
it? Basically, like we pick a TikTok challenge for them to do for
30 days. Yeah.
It's like
every day?
every day for 30 days. We
I
pick
would have
a-
had this
that's like
motherfucker
OD.
do the Renegade 30
I-
times.
We could do like 10 maybe,
Yeah.
not 30, but
I've
or the
seen,
WAP.
those
I
shits
would've
are going
loved
on the
Pete to do
BallGame
WAP.
account.
That would have been electric.
Yeah, like dances and shit, and just like any
that'd
like
be good.
corny TikTok
Nah, that'd
trend.
be good.
If you had to do the WAP, that would have
Bro.
been
Eat that shit
the
up.
greatest moment of all time.
I
bro.
literally don't think I'm physically capable of doing that. But like I
All you
could
do is
yeah.
shake some
Nah,
ass,
you'd eat
brother.
that shit up,
Yeah.
bro.
as I was saying before, though, in Dynasty, granted, it's taken like 170-point weeks to beat me. So, like, I don't want to hear none of this shit.
This guy whammy.
But guess what? I got Jason Pickles in the first round, and I'm about to dick that man down. So, Pickles, if you are watching this, you are going to get absolutely destroyed. My team...
He has Adam Thielen, Jason.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the guy in
Harden.
Fortnite.
I'm debating Khalil Shakir or Adam Thielen too.
Adam Thielen.
I mean,
Adam
you
Thielen.
can't debate Adam Thielen anymore. You
Thielen,
just
yeah.
made him the league winner.
No. But I'm saying I was.
Adam Thielen.
Debating.
Adam Thielen.
It's no longer debating anymore, though. So
No, that's a lock.
Debating Manning.
there he is. But
Debating.
I have a bye in one league, and I made the playoffs in all 4 of the ones that I'm trying to make the playoffs in. The other Dynasty league I was attempting to lose, and finished in 4th.
I apparently
Bottom.
was attempting to lose. This kid tried to fucking get
Bro,
my.
he started Ray Davis over Jerome Ford.
Oh. Yeah, that
I was 2 glasses.
It wasn't
of Sangria
like
deep on
Jerome
an empty
Ford
stomach,
did
so I was
anything.
just like, I saw Ken Walker was out.
I mean, Jerome
Mike
Ford
was
had
there.
8 points. Ray Davis didn't even touch the ball.
In my defense, though, Ray Davis had a good game last week.
He did.
In garbage time, they were up 5,000.
Didn't make a difference anyway, but
Yeah, it didn't make.
Oh, it didn't?
No,
All right,
no,
then we're all good. You
we're
didn't
not.
need to worry about
Bro,
it.
Antonio dropped 1 million points on me.
Antonio the worst.
How much did he
By
have?
far a
Bro,
worse team.
literally a
than me,
million points. He had
He literally
Sharps.
has like 250 less points than me on the
Yeah,
season, but I
he had
finished with the worst
Sharps,
record.
Jordan Addison, Rashad White. He
Did
dropped
he
a
know
million.
the severity of the situation, like the
Yeah, he knew.
gravity of the
Yeah,
situation?
he knew.
He knew?
My team was
Oh,
so
he was
bad.
probably
My
so
team was so
fucking
bad.
happy.
I had Josh Allen and put up 120. I had Josh Allen and I put up 120 points in a super
Oh,
flex.
that's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
had some bad couple.
Antonio texted in the chat after. He was like, "Get fucked." I'm like,
fucking idiot, bro.
I said,
traded his pick.
yeah, I said, bro, did I get fucked or did you get fucked by being the second worst team in the league and having no picks in the draft?
Is his team like that like poverty?
He did a good job accumulating picks when he made all those trades midseason. We clowned him, but he got JSN, he got Jordan Addison.
I tried to get Addison from him for the longest.
and he
Amari
has
Cooper
3
for-
first-round picks in next year's draft.
Oh,
so
shit,
he did.
okay.
He did a good job.
So he's not in bad shape.
The trade he made with me was
What was it, Zamir White for the second?
Samir
pick?
White
Ended up
and
being there.
Wicks.
Dontavion Wicks for the second pick in this year's draft and his second-round pick next year.
Yep.
So,
Yep. That's what we're doing.
That's.
did you
Nuts.
qualify in any Best Ball Mania leagues?
I didn't check, actually.
I made it in 1.
I know
my
I
time
was
to shine.
first in 2
I
of
didn't do
them,
main
but I don't
leagues.
remember. I didn't check. I was in first last week. I don't know.
I'm doing okay with those underdog like $10 leagues though.
I'm winning Best Ball Mania.
Hell yeah.
It's gonna be electric.
It's the energy we need.
Your team is stacked.
Your
Bro,
team's fucking crazy.
I need it, bro. It would
Can
change
you
my
imagine
life.
that's
like,
the one like
It would change
you're
my
trying
life.
to get you're chasing that first ring.
Bro,
Your first ring is best
How
ball
much is
mania.
first prize?
a lot of money. A lot.
What?
First prize
I think it's like
in,
100 grand.
Best Ball Mania. It might be even more than that. It's a
Might
lot.
be 300 grand.
How
or
close are you? Are you?
He
Are
wins
you?
that
in-
one.
I
Going from
qualified
penthouse.
for
Oh, no fucking way.
to make the next round. So
Yo.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's big time, bro. It's big time.
Speaking of big time, this big.
first place
Yeah, go
prize
fuck
is
I forgot he was doing that.
$1.5 million.
Oh my god.
Dude, we really are recording from a penthouse. He gets that shit. Let's go crazy.
Yeah.
Holy
Like, bro,
shit.
even if I just, end up in 10th place, I'll take my 150K.
Absolutely.
I'll take my 150K.
Wait, so how does it work now? There's how many rounds?
So now it's 13-person group. So it was 12-person groups and the top 2 advance in the group. Now it's 13-person groups and the top 1 advances.
Oh shit.
But it's only the rest. It's like playoff style. So it's only this week, then next week, and then week 17.
Oh my god. So if
So
you
it's
make it
3
to
more
week
rounds.
17, then you're guaranteed money.
Well, I'm already guaranteed money. You
What's the?
win $35 for qualifying. It was a $25 entry.
So then.
But like I'm $200 deep in
I was gonna say
underdog
you entered
drafts.
a lot
Yeah.
this year. Yeah. That's still not bad. Some people enter for 10 teams and they don't even make one. So like, yeah.
You know, bro, I'm doing it, bro. I'm doing it.
Oh yeah. Well, so that's fantasy football. Now there's some real football stuff going on. Some big moves being made. The greatest head coach in NFL history, the greatest GM in NFL history, is potentially on the move to a new team, but not in the NFL. He's going right here, Chapel Hill, UNC, is apparently grabbing Bill Belichick from the couch to run their college football program. Now, I am not as invested into college football as you guys, but UNC across college sports, like it's one of the biggest, it's one of the best universities in the country. There's a lot of money into their sports programs. There's a lot of funding, like a lot of potential there. You get the right guy in there, great things are going to happen. And who better than Bill Belichick? And he's out here preaching that this is an NFL program. I am training guys to be prepared for the NFL. And honestly, like, I think it's a culture shock. Like, he goes there. I think he's doing this to try and change the culture of college, which will then change the culture of the NFL and how guys look at the game. And huge respect to him, by the way, because he was, I don't know how many, but he was only a few wins away from the all-time win record in the NFL as a head coach. So I thought, when I first heard this, I was like, there's no way this has any traction to it. Then I heard him on Pat McAfee, and he was throwing out, if I go here, if this happens, if that happens. And I'm like, this motherfucker's going to college. Like, he's going to UNC. Never saw this coming for him. I thought for sure if he was coaching again, he'd be back in the NFL. But I hope he does it.
I feel like it's the right. I feel like it's the right move because, like, if you're gonna coach again, I feel like going back to an NFL team without Brady there is.
I guess it is true. Like, what else does he have left to prove in the NFL?
Yeah, he has nothing else
away from the most winning coach in NFL history.
Yes, but also, other than that, I feel like he should be content with the career he has so far. And I know content.
25 rings.
Yeah, I mean, he got 6 of them things, so I don't think he really eight in total. I think is a defense coordinator too. So yeah, I mean, boy, college football is about to shift the whole fucking landscape.
Dude, that's gonna be.
Oh, he's getting every top recruit ever.
That's gonna be crazy.
Really gonna shift the whole landscape if he ends up.
I might be a UNC college football fan.
Oh boy, look,
we got one right here.
Yeah, because
biggest
as
UNC
of now,
fan.
I don't have a college football.
Biggest UNC fan I know.
I don't have
How
a
many
favorite
do
college
you
football
know?
UNC fans? I know him and
you know?
Sabrina Ortiz went to UNC. She actually got me this hoodie.
Oh, nice.
From the chapel. Yeah.
Sabrina was always talking about you got to come and go to a game.
She had class with Cole Anthony. Funny enough.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
What about Cole Anthony?
She had class with him. She had,
that's sick. Well,
I mean,
kind of happens when you're in big schools like
if
that.
this happens, they're going to become an NFL factory. Is what I'd have to think. Like, we're talking like the Saban, Alabama.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's picking a story. Like,
not Kirby Smart, Georgia.
Yeah, and like he's not going to Georgia, Ohio State. Like, he's going to a team that really, I don't know their history.
Needs it.
Yeah, needs this guy. Like, they
Mac
need
Brown
him.
just left, retired.
They fired him, I think.
Oh,
they heard Bill Belichick and say,
studs.
"Yeah, buddy, pack your shit, fuck out of here."
Yeah, Mac wasn't doing all that
why
great,
UNC? Do you know why he wants to?
I
go
would
there?
imagine because it's
The color.
He has familiar ties. He has family ties.
Oh, okay.
So his father, one of his first assistant coaching jobs was at UNC, and Bill was a super young kid at that time.
Imagine that.
It was one of his father's first opportunities in the football landscape.
you hired a guy
so.
60 years ago, 70, whatever it was,
And that's the reason
now,
that you end up with
talk about
the
butterfly
greatest
effect.
NFL coach of all time.
Yep.
That is cool.
So it's crazy shit, man. I mean, that is the butterfly effect to a T. Like,
And the
it's-
greatest GM of all time. Like that man's gonna put it, and he's gonna fucking put in work.
I really wonder when these NFL coaches switch to the college landscape, like recruiting. Like, what's recruiting gonna be? Is it just this? Is it just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? You see these? You want to go play in the NFL?
You know, Tom
North
Brady.
Carolina.
You know,
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be his recruiting pitch. What else does he have to
To
fucking say? Yeah.
every recruit. Like,
I don't
it's
think he
just-
has to say much. He just has to go up to them and say, "Hey, son,
Hey, you know
I like
Tom
the way
Brady?
you ball." We could. But like,
I made him. Like, greatest of all time. I
realistically,
made him.
I don't think he's not gonna have to like sell anything. You know what I
look
mean?
at like Coach
not-
Cal in college basketball. Like guys, even at
They're gonna pick
Arkansas
up the phone
now,
and be like, "Hey,
guys.
it's Bill Belichick from North
Yeah.
Carolina." What? No, fuck off my phone. Like,
Yeah, you guys want to go
Scammer.
play for Cal because he sends guys to the NBA like it's better than anyone else in the history. That's why he gets so many guys. So
Yeah.
and especially like NFL scouts, who are they gonna? They're gonna see like, oh, Bill. Like even when back in the day, like when a guy got cut off the Patriots practice squad or something, he got picked up instantly. Why?
Yeah.
Because Bill Belichick thought this guy was good enough to give him a shot.
Mm-hmm.
We got to be missing something.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to think that the way he's going to coach the team too is going to be so NFL based that these guys are going to be more ready than anybody else in college football. Like coaching has shifted so much in the landscape of college football, like the way that they teach things, even the offensive line. Like it's just less of a pro style offense than it's ever been now, to the point where the NFL adopts college stuff. So it's just wild, and I'd really wonder how quick is the turnaround if he ends up there. Does everyone just go in the transfer portal and say, I want to go to UNC?
I mean, yeah.
I think they have a win. I think that happens, and then they have a winning season, and then the following year they actually have a playoff run.
No, I think they could have a a playoff run next year.
I mean, in the
12-team
ACC,
playoff, like
in
especially in
ACC,
the
transfer portal.
Well,
they can win
if they get the right guys.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
They can
But
just win the ACC.
It's a little bit different with
ACC
college because, like,
ACC.
Yeah.
it's a little different with college because
unless they leave the ACC,
players got to develop
which
and
is
stuff. Like,
Possible.
It's an
They've
easy
been
win.
talking about leaving the ACC for a while now. So
It's straight up garbage in football, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you got a name like Bill in there. You want him with the, you want him playing the good guys.
Put UNC where in the SEC?
Can you imagine?
Brother.
Pressure's on. I mean, like,
Brother.
at that point, pressure's on. But
Oh, man.
no, I mean, yeah, every top recruit in the country is got to be turning your head to, this guy's going to give you the best shot to go to the NFL. I mean,
Better than anyone we've ever
that's
seen.
the fucking.
I wonder who his coordinators will be.
I
His
said,
son?
imagine like
Steve, defense coordinator, I'm thinking.
Could be.
Steve who?
Belichick.
Oh, probably.
Steve Belichick, defense
I
coordinator.
said, imagine.
What's Matt Patricia up to these days?
He really could end up with Matt.
Serious?
there.
What's Matt? Is
And then
he
his
coaching
OC,
right now,
like
Matt
Bill
Patricia?
O'Brien or something.
Yeah,
But
just bring the band back together.
the OB's at Boston College, I think, right now. So
What's
I don't know,
Daniel
man.
up to?
Oh God, man! College kids getting coached by Matt Patricia and Josh McDaniels. Just Josh McDaniel. Is it? It is.
I think
Josh
it's McDaniel.
No,
Is it McDaniel?
I don't remember. He's so irrelevant.
Close enough.
He's so irrelevant. But yeah, I mean, I'm curious as to like how you feel as the UNC fan. Like this man's gonna turn your whole fucking program around.
Yeah,
Like,
that's cool.
It's very cool.
I mean, yeah,
do you
cool.
follow
That's
you
fucking
like
sick.
you don't
Yeah,
you
I
follow
do.
it?
Yeah.
Does this make you like as invested as you are?
I'm gonna
invested?
watch more if fucking Bill Belichick is the coach of the team. Like if they have a real shot to do anything meaningful, yeah, I'm gonna watch more.
He's just going to frat parties. Let's be real.
Good
100% hitting
He
the
has
bars.
a
bro.
24-year-old
He's 100%
girlfriend,
hitting the
brother.
bars.
He has a 24-year-old girlfriend, brother.
I saw on Twitter
I
don't
wonder
know
if
how
she
true
goes
it
to
is, but
grad
she-
school there.
Imagine.
Followed all the
She followed all the UNC
accounts,
programs. Yeah.
Oh boy.
She did.
She follows like a bunch of UNC programs. Now,
Oh, my
like,
God,
the
it's official, bro.
Yeah. No, he's going there.
It's official. It's unofficial.
How legit is that thing? Did Dean say it in the chat that he sent a 400-page?
I sent it. That's
Oh, you
what I
sent that?
heard.
Okay.
Who sent the what?
He sent
Supposedly
like
he sent like a 400-page essay basically with like his stipulations, like things have to go like this for me to take the job, and basically it's like he's agreed to it if they agree to his. So basically, from what I've heard, it's the ball is in UNC's court now.
Jeez. Wow.
Did he give himself the job offer? Like, how the fuck is this?
No, they
Bill
interviewed him.
Belichick, bro. You
Yeah,
walk
Bill
in the room
Belichick
and
says
it's
like, "Hey, I
pretty
want
much
to
done it,
interview." You interview him.
he's just strolling
They
around
fired
campus
their
one day.
they fired their coach, so they had to open it.
Yeah.
Did they fire him at the same time of this rumor
No,
happening?
they
or-
fired him a few weeks
Oh,
ago.
so right now they're looking for a coach.
Yeah, yeah.
I really
How much?
did think that like
Like they've interviewed other guys. They
Yeah.
interviewed someone
And then Bill
already
Belichick walks in.
after. Like
Get
the
him
Bill
a golden
Belichick
chair.
thing was a few days ago. They interviewed someone yesterday or the day before.
Can you imagine you're
going in after
you're-
Bill Belichick
You're
was in
interviewing. You're interviewing after, like, you're interviewing for the job, and then you're at home practicing your lines. You're like asking your wife, like, "Can you read me these questions?" I'm just gonna read you the. All right. I got this. You got this. No, I don't believe in anything more than you right now. You walk in, fucking Bill Belichick sitting there. You're like, I don't have a fucking chance now.
well, if he wants the job, it's
yeah,
his.
it's like
Shit, I'd hire him
Yeah.
over me.
How much do college coaches typically get paid though?
Bill
In
Belichick,
big time
UNC,
programs,
he's gonna get
Saban's
a
probably
bag.
getting like 10 to 12 when he was coaching.
A
Kirby
year?
Smart, yeah.
A
from
year?
Alabama.
Kirby Smart is probably around the same thing, maybe more, because you're talking boosters, bro. These ain't no NFL owners. These are boosters. Like they don't have they don't have like a set thing to where you're getting.
Is it like
paid by,
alumni
like,
funded or like that?
It's
like
funded-
invested or whatever?
Well, yeah, it's just you got boosters, you have the tuition, you have all this stuff. So it's just like, bro, they're not gonna limit how much they're willing to spend on you. I think
Bad.
Saban at the
My
end of his
tuition was
career,
going in Bill Belichick's pocket. I'd feel so fucking good about that.
great, feel great
Yeah.
about it. I think Saban in his last years of his career was making like 15, 16 a year as a
Yeah,
coach.
it's unbelievable.
So
College
it's-
coach, yeah,
college
that's
coaches
fucking-
make different money, bro.
Can you imagine you got Saban on the staff? Like,
That'd be nuts. That'd be nuts. If he went back to college, though, I'd want him to take a head coaching job. I would want to see
Saban?
Belichick
Oh,
versus
absolutely.
Saban.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, that would be
that'd
electric.
Yeah.
That would be must-see television, and they
Yeah.
would never touch the field.
No,
That
they
would
wouldn't
be
say a
must-
word.
It'd be the aura of the two of them that would carry the entire
Either
thing.
way, they'd be like, Coach, what do you think about this upcoming match? It's just a game. We got to win the game. We want to win. We want to win. You know, he's a good coach. Like,
He's a good
That's
coach.
it,
Yeah, you guys solid.
yeah, he's good. You know,
They're
knows his
they're
game.
good friends too. I'm pretty sure. So
They-
like real good friends.
They were
had
on the
a
Browns
football.
together. Yeah.
They also didn't they do a episode on like ESPN or
I'm
something
sure,
of like
yeah.
just chatting football, like talking
They
ball.
would love each other though. Like,
They are.
They're the same guy. They're the same person.
Pretty much.
Nick Saban just has a southern accent.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
Yeah, man. College football's landscape is about to get shifted.
Hell yeah.
So, all right. I think that's everything.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yep.
A lot of fun.
Good times, man.
Oh yeah.
we actually made really good time so far.
Yeah,
on
we
this
did all
pod.
right.
So, Nick, what's the time over there? Makes perfect sense. Great. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all of our socials, check out all of our TikToks. They've been bangers. Some exclusive content, not crazy exclusive, but some exclusive content.
Not too exclusive.
We're not ready for that yet.
Yeah.
A
1 in 50,
lot of great stuff, a lot of drama going on in sports. So, you know, stay interested and with that,
Ball
Ball
game.
game.
Ball game.
Ball game. Ball game. Ball game. Ball game.